Hello and welcome to episode 387 of Tenno Clock. I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno. Hello.
Hi.
And we are now going to ramble on about Warframe again, as we used to do. But happy days, there was a quest this week! Woo! We can talk about that, I'm sure we will. However, we will begin every episode as normal, as regularly scheduled, with some emblems.
With some emblems. So first off, yours wins, right?
Okay.
I
like yours more.
I don't know, because first off, I wasn't sure if I've used this before. I spent ages going through the past emblems because I had to manually do it myself, and I feel I've used this before. I can't find it anywhere. I don't really know what's going on, but yeah. So I don't know. I like yours more. I feel like you can tell that it is some kind of animal creature, raccoon thing, whereas mine is like, I think there's a flower in the middle.
Do you know what that flower in the middle looks like to me?
A lotus?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Like a Tudor rose.
Okay.
Or the roses. Bit.
No, I get that.
Bit.
I get that.
I like yours because of that. The thing I don't like about my one is that you see that bit in the bottom right with that white hack, it's like it's cut out very poorly. Maybe it was worse in movement when it was on the person, but the edges really annoyed me. Though as an image, it is really nice and cute. So okay, we can give it to that for that one.
However,
I found that in the Orb secret room thing. Like I always check there for emblems. Normally don't find one. I'm like, wow, I found one in there for once. So because normally I think high level people would be in there. So people probably with emblems, that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. But still, you're about to spiel.
I always think no one goes in there because little dicks in there. Little ducks in there.
Did you say little dicks in there?
I think I did. Freaking slip. Whoops, my bad. Anyway,
no.
Oh, what monetization? Shit, no. Anyway, so if you wish to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice, go into the description below where you'll find the link to the emblems. Sorry, not the emblems. The episode polls and the emblems, which is the free Plat giveaway. Everyone that enters, everyone that answers the questions will automatically be entered into the free Plat giveaway, and the winners will be chosen next week for the giveaway. Yeah, so go ahead, got a chance to win it. And make sure that you get your in-game name alias correct, because if it is wrong, no one will win that fortnight for that platform. So because it is such a pain to just juggle backwards and forwards. So it's like, yeah, the way they've done it now is it's a submission form, so you have to manually submit the winners.
Oh, okay.
Right. And if it's wrong, then they message you, and then you have to do it again, and it gets really, really.
But that does let you pick a different winner.
No. They have to create a new form specifically for me.
Oh, what, for each submission?
Right? No. For so I submit it like a few days before the close of the thing, the automatic close of it.
Yeah.
Right. Then once it's closed, then they will act on it. Right.
You're
doing it again.
I was just testing because it just doesn't feel as responsive today, but I don't know why. Seems fine.
Yeah. So then they will act on the pile. But if there's something wrong with the pile, they send me a new form to fill in, and then if something's wrong with that one, they have to send me a new form to fill in, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so it does. If it comes back and there's a problem with it, it's unlikely because you're copying and pasting, right? So if one's wrong, you can just pick a new winner for the next submission. Yeah.
If as long as that one is not wrong as well.
Of course, yes, that's true. But that'd be very lucky.
Just to make life easier, I just cut it off and say, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Anyway. Though, I feel we need to explain our form a little bit better. So in the description, you'll find the form for Platinum. However, this form does many things, just to let you know, and it's actually now over 2 pages. Someone actually did ask about this. There's options on there to submit builds as well. So that'll be submit builds to see being played in the footage. I'm doing some of them this week, but I don't feel I gave them that good a go, so I'll probably be redoing these. I'm not ticking these ones off. But, so if you want to submit a build for me to use, I think I'm using someone's Excalibur Umbra and the Zeros thrown weapon blade build in this. They weren't complete either, that's the other reason. I was just testing, but if you want to submit builds to see being used in the episode, which will teach me how to replay the game, because I've forgotten how mods work, especially some of them. I'm discovering all kinds of new mods, it's great. I didn't even know there was new mods for Glaive. Don't tick off, don't tick, don't.
No, I'm not going to.
Pick names, yeah.
But I still want to give names. So is that TD Stranger 101's Excalibur Umbra?
I think so.
And what was the other one you said?
The Xerox.
Zoris?
Zoris, that's the one.
Yeah, and JJ's Zoris.
I'm missing a few mods for one of them and an arcane for the other, so I'm going to get those and redo them. But it's a quest video anyway, so there's not much going on. But if you want to submit builds, they're on that form on the first page, but you don't have to. Fill in the form, go to the next page, and there'll be other stuff to fill in, such as the polls for the week. So do have a look at that form. It's our massive one-page submission thing. Interact with us in many different ways through this form and get a chance to win yourself some platinum. So it's a good form. Have a look in the description below. There we go. I'm going to have to do that, I think, for now, because just so some people were like, I don't see it on this page, and they thought the next button was submit, and they didn't look, and then they just...
Right. Yeah. No. The next button.
I assume there's a limit how much to be on a page, yeah?
No, I could put it all on one page. I just thought it was nicer to read. If people want me to put it on one page, I'll put it on one page.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll tell us in the description of the video below, but maybe they will. Also, I'll have to look at it again, and like for the builds, maybe it just should say optional, because it does look like you must submit builds. You know, so we'll have...
Okay. I'll look at that.
Anyway, let us move on. Turn the emblems off, shouldn't I? Off.
Yep.
There we go.
Whoops, that's still on. Right, and then
Proper dojo dusting.
Proper dojo dusting. What? Rick, I think we've just gone over what should have been dojo dusting. Who knows?
Yeah. Dojo dusting.
So one thing I want to highlight. First off, massive shout out to Benjamin's marriage.
Oh yeah,
right? What?
If I can type it in on this.
Well, give him a point.
Yeah, there's my point.
Yeah. So one thing I realized recently, I'm not going to go into too much detail. My job has been negatively affecting my social life, and I've not been wanting to engage with people to sort out guest episodes at 10 o'clock. And it only took me midweek this week to realize that this was happening. Nazeth has nicely stepped forward, and he has taken over the role of organizing. He just picks the people that are suitable to be on arbiters. I still contact them, but just taking away the whole, picking people, it just makes my life so much easier. He keeps that list up to date and everything. And Benjamin's marriage was nice enough to go through all the 10 o'clock guest episodes, list out the episode number, give me a link to the actual episode and list who the guest was. So now I can see readily who has been on and who has not been on, because I've been wanting to invite people. I'm like, have they already been on? Not 100% sure. So I'm going to pull my head out my ass and actually get that going. So that's a dojo dusting point there. I don't know if you have any other points.
No, it's pretty good. Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, cool. So yeah, should we move on to the war report?
Now we shall.
I'd
love a jingle at this point for the war report.
I mean, maybe we could ask someone to make one. I mean, I was thinking we could actually have slide sections.
Oh, what, the slide in for like title card things?
Kind of, yeah. So basically sections that go like, now to the topics or whatever. I don't know if people would like that or not, because it doesn't really fit more podcasty stuff. It's more like broadcast now with the weather, with so and so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right. So war report, fairly big one. Full Tempestari came out.
Yep. Full Tempestari came out. Finally, we got a quest. That's cool. That's awesome in some ways and bad in others. But have a look.
DE did a AMA short, which was just like, I mean, did you know that they were going to do an AMA?
I did know something was going to be on Friday because I remember watching on the Tempestari release.
No, it didn't happen on the Friday. It happened.
Was it Thursday or something?
It happened after the Tempestari release.
Oh, was it?
I swear it was like, I don't know, maybe it was the day after. I thought it was the same day or something like that.
There wasn't a dev stream yesterday, was there?
No.
So
it should be in a couple of weeks.
I remember Rebecca saying, "Oh, well, the bit with the Tempestari and the music section, and you're waking up and then the corpus dead is like what Zevagos Shadow killed, and that people might have missed that, and they would be going over that and other things in something on Friday with Steve, but wasn't that? I don't know.
No. Was that prime time?
Oh, maybe it was on prime time. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because this was just an impromptu stream I think she did, and then yeah, maybe it was on prime time. There you go. Anyway, the other thing is also Mirage Deluxe is out.
Oh yes, of course. Chloe Natarin's skin. I'm very sure it's Chloe's. You know,
I like it.
Yeah, I saw the idle animation, like the mime, like leaning over and then pulling itself. I love that. I thought it was really well animated, and I love the backflip. Again, it's not backflip, but you know, the handstand kind of thing. Cartwheel. It's more like a cartwheel. Anyway, I I thought it was really, really well animated, very fluid, very realistic in terms of animation.
Yeah.
Loz is like, shut up about animation. No, I really like it though.
It's fine. No, it's fine. You could fine mention. It's fine.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. Right. So that's it for the war report. Now let's move on to the topics. Cool. So our first topic is Call of the Tempestari is not a good quest. Okay, so Call of Tempestari is not a good quest. And our second topic is hot take, Void Storms are a fantastic addition to the game.
I just want to...
I want to go to this one because I've not done them, but I have heard from everyone that they don't like them.
And their dog, yeah, probably. Right. I just want to say, because we don't often, but we're nice to do it, thank you very much to Tobiah for finding the topics for us and preparing them for us. You have found some two really solid gems, which I feel like it'd be nice and talky and controversial. Let's go. So shall we move on to the first topic?
Cool. So the original post says, nothing makes sense. Nothing is properly explained. The corpus are doing something nasty somewhere that a platform got destroyed, but we are going to learn. But are we going to learn what happened here? Nope. We just get bog standard resources. None of the impactful moments are really impactful. We can't get into a gunfight with Vala's ship. And as we're about to try to escape, the Tempestari shows up and we still run away. The spy is overall simple and story Yep. The spy is overly simple and the story reasoning for why it's so easy is corpus are bad. I don't
get that.
Hearing
what that means.
Yeah, I don't remember there being a plot point for that. One kudos is the hint at why Sai wants to help the ghost ship in the long run. But why is he only coming up with this now? We meet the ghost ship, but little explanation is made as to why this famous rescue ship was blasting away Corpus, being that Corpus and Tenno were friends back in the old war. Then we end up knocked out. Then we end up knocked out. Right, okay.
So, you want to go first on, let's do a retrospective now that I think the footage as well is me playing through the Tempestari quest. If you haven't, it is available now on all platforms simultaneously, so give it a go. It's a nice fun little quest. So you just need to have really access to the railjack. It doesn't need to be geared up to do it. It's fairly easy. It'll take you about half an hour, I'd say. So yeah, but do you want to give your review?
I have one main thing I want to highlight. No, let me give an overview first.
Right.
Overview.
I
there were some cool elements to it, but it did lack a lot of texture.
Yes.
It lacked a lot of description. One of the bit I don't know. I think this might have been the more advanced classes of improv. I don't think you were there for the tools that they say is like your storytelling. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the storyteller wants to get on and do a lot of action. They want to describe all the events that are happening, but the audience is more interested in the world setting, the description of what's happening around the events than just the events themselves.
Right.
I really feel that this is important because, you know, if I was to describe you the events of Goldilocks, right? You know, going into the bear's house, you know, finding the porridge. You're
Finding them
interested
out,
to know, well, what's the bear's house look like?
Yeah.
You know,
where's the other bear's houses? Is this one bear house in the middle of a giant forest?
Yeah, exactly.
Do they have bear neighbors? Where have they gone? Are they gone down the bear mines to get more porridge from the porridge mine? Or are they going to be back in 10 minutes after they've gone to Bear Asda? Bearsbury's.
Walmart.
Bear Mart. They're going to Bear Mart.
Bear Mart, right? Okay. Yeah. So, but that's the point, though. A lot of people, like the audience, prefers the the description of the environment, the texture, and all this, whereas a lot of the writers, a lot of the storytellers, they just want to get to action. This is one of the things that I really disliked about the first Modern Warfare game, because in all honesty, it was just action. There was no explanation as to what was going on.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so I felt that there were some nice tidbits in terms of lore with the whole call sign thing. So you know, Cephalon Spies trying to communicate, like, you know, it's like I don't know if anyone's seen any of those sort of like spy movies where someone says
the raven flies at midnight.
Exactly. The raven flies at midnight, and then someone else has to come back with a call sign. And this is just a method
only during the pale moon.
This is just a method of validation to who the thing is. And the cool thing is with the quest is Sai believes that the message that the Tempestari is sending out, or Sevagoth is sending out, is the request for a call sign, and it turns out that's just not the case at all.
Yeah, I know.
Which that was a nice touch for me, right?
No, okay, if there was a cool countersign that was the actual one they were waiting for, yes. But the actual countersign is, it was like, who waits for the shadow? And the response is basically, I do.
But it wasn't a call sign thing.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It wasn't. There was no clever thing about what it was saying. It was like, who waits for the shadow? I do. Oh, well, there we go. That's the right one. It's like, no, it's like, I think it's I wait for the shadow. It's like, there was the response. And it's like, who waits for the shadow? I wait for the shadow. It's like, what? Like, the ones he was coming up were really cool. It was like, who waits for the shadow? Your golden masters, right? Doing an Orkin cipher thing.
Yeah.
And the other one was about, we souls need saving or something like that. Like, he's trying to be like clever and work it out. And the answer's just like, I do. It's like, what? That's not cool.
No, but I know it might not be cool, but it just felt like this is plausible.
No, right? But it should have been something like who waits for the shadow who fades, or something like that. It should have been cool and mystical, but instead it was, I wait for the shadow. What?
Well, really, I think we should have just like fired ourselves through the torpedo tube to get onto the railjack itself.
It almost like the Tempestari isn't actually doing archetypes. It's literally just asking, like, because it's not really that sentient. It's just asking a simple question. It's like, who's waiting for the shadow? Oh, I am. Okay, cool. There you are. Yep, there we go. Horrific reign of terror of 10,000 years ended because somebody said, yeah, it was me. Yeah, I ordered the soup. Yep, me.
The other the other side of this is the disconnect between the multiple points of view with the narrative. The fact that Sai says like the Tempestari is this huge, like well-known rescue ship. I don't know why
he fangasms over it, doesn't he?
He does. Like, I don't know why he says that the Tempestari has the rewards, the commendations. Like, why isn't it the crew of the Tempestari?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That felt odd, right? Not only that, but and I think this is the biggest bone of contention for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the Tempestari destroy Lucretia platform?
Yes. I'm
actually impressed I remember the name of the damn thing.
Good.
That is the biggest bone of contention.
It just went, oh, that's in my way. I'll blow that up. Oh, no. Like, what? What?
Yeah. Right. I am happy to hand it over to you to give your feedback.
Right.
But I do want to talk about the rabbit's foot.
The what?
It's a plot telling device.
Ah, okay. Right. So I'll go through my thing of it. Did the quest, finished it. Was very annoyed at first because of all the problems Xeno said and some more, right? Then was listening to the AMA, listening to what Reb said about it, and it seems to be this quest was made since January. So this is like 3 months, roughly. Because I do feel that they're a bit... January's normally a lag month for them anyway, so I don't know if they come back literally January 2nd. I mean, let's be fair, some people are going to come back late, and it's like getting up to speed, meetings and things. So let's give them three to 4 months. I want to go with 3, because I think maybe they could have squeezed it in. And if this is a 3-month quest, I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool for a 3-month quest. If this is what I'll push this point forward for us. If they could make 4 of these quests of this length and little tidbits going in a year alongside the big things, I would be a lot happier. Because that's why I'm trying to look at it, not just as the quest, what's in the quest, but also how long time did we get it? Because, sometimes we go for these massive content droughts. So how was it for that? And I think if we had 4 quests, which really wasn't that long quest, would be fine. And that's why I actually have gained a bit of plus points for the quest. Because, so let's go through the good points. So good points I found are, I did like the concepts of the story. It was fun. I've played through it, I think, 3 times now. This is the 3rd time I think you're seeing here. So I did enjoy it, and I did appreciate it a bit more. It's like, yes, finally, it's good stuff, and I wanted more of that stuff. So that's why I'm saying it'd be nice to, in theory, on the side. I don't see why they can't make 4 of them, because what new stuff's in this quest? We've got new Corpus Lady Woman, who's got voice acted, fine. You got Tempestari, which is just a railjack with a glow effect on, so that's not new. Obviously, a lot of the stuff came out for the Corpus Railjack update, but that's all updates for. I mean, you even just go to a spy mission, on the ship, which is part of that update, so that's in that. So nothing new there. There's a couple, I think, 2 skyboxes or 1 skybox, and maybe the wreckage, but I think that wreckage of those Corpus ships could be just reused from the Arkwing starting quest, the intro quest, because I know that has wrecked Corpus ships. I'm not sure. But I don't think there's actually a lot of new things, and obviously Sevagoth, were made for this quest. So I don't see why this quest produced a whole lot of new things. Oh, and obviously the amazing music video, which is a big plus point. That's fine. The thing is, again, I went through a love-hate about that, because I thought, oh, wow, this is an interesting, cool song. Then I went, hang on a minute. It's all style, no substance, because you get this, oh, yeah, look, this is cool music. Woo, 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 woo. And then I'm like, yeah, so I went really negative about it. But then, looking in a 3-month window, that's really cool. I have listened to it on repeat several times now, and I really do enjoy the music. There's that. I've got other nitpicks, though. So, yeah. So, plus points, there's Really cool they did it in 3 months. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the concept. Bad points. All right, let's go to the bad. So,
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I do feel that the 3 months, I think it's shorter than that. I think it's much shorter than that, because a lot of that 3 months will also have been spent rejiggering Railjack
for the Corpus update. Yeah. So I see, that's the thing, is that I think if they could pump a quest of this length with these little story beats out in 3 months, and they did that for a year alongside doing other big updates, I think people will be a lot happier. Because we know we get these little, because it's so nice to feel like, oh wow, look at this new character, and they're doing things and saying things and things are happening, because there's nothing really that amazing in this quest, and maybe there's so many holes I could poke at this quest. That's the problem. All right, let's go for the negatives now. I just wanted to say some positives. I know it was a mixed bag, but I am quite positive about those things, and it is fun quest. Play it 3 times. I'd probably even play it again, and the music, as I say, is cool. So there are some good things about it. Negatives, though, and this is the reason why. Actually, this negative actually says why I think we should have one of these every 3 months. The narrative is Swiss cheese. So if what is the hold up that we can't have these little quests? Because you could reproduce, apart from the song, right? You could almost reproduce. You could use Killer de Therm instead of Vala. You could use some other bits and pieces. You could use Vor at the end in the Void instead of Parvos. Sorry, spoiler. No, we don't need to spoilers. It's out on every platform. So at the end there, that end bit. And so you could recreate this entire quest, apart from the song, with Grenier in Grenier Railjack last year. Right? So, and if you could do this on the site, you don't need to make new assets every time. Right? Reuse your existing assets to make a quest, bolt it all together, and you just get a bit of voice acting in, and that's it. That can make a quest. So the only thing I always think that used to hold back quests is writing the narrative. This narrative, as I say, was Swiss cheese. It was crazy. All right, so if we go through it. So the first thing you say about the Lucretia platform, you get that mentioned from Sai in the intro message. I'm like, remember Lucretia platform? I'm like, no, Sai. No, Sai. I have no frick what you're talking about. What is this Lucretia platform, and why do I have to care? Could I have a cool cutscene? Could have been... I mean, how did I remember we've talked about this quest before. It would have been cool, maybe, because this is what DE used to do right in the early days. Put up a funny little YouTube video or put messages out there. Or, was it ARG game? Is that the term?
Yeah.
Make a little ARG game to let us know about the Lucretia platform. Like, oh, what's this? What's the Lucretia platform? Oh. Put out a little 1 minute promotional video about, the Corpus New Frontier, the Lucretia platform. Is it in the Void? I don't know. I think it is. It's like sort of on a Void shipping lane or something. Sai just mentions it in an off comment. So what I think happened, and that's literally, I have to try and guess, that the Corpus built a facility sort of pseudo in the Void or partly in the Void or linked to a Void pathway shipping lane or something, which then got the attention of the Tempestari. Has that platform been there 10 years? A year? A month? A week? I don't know. Was it still being built? Is that what Vala was doing? I don't know. Because we're like, remember Lucretia platform? No, I don't. I don't care about it either. So they didn't build up that care. And I swear the message says about shipping lanes. And I swear the blur, if you go back to that terminal over there, that terminal there, and you check the Call the Tempestari, I think the blurb for the quest says about like chaos on the shipping lanes or something, or some mention to that, or Corpus lanes. So it's like that. Then when you get into the mission, hey, there's rubble, there's wreckage everywhere. Let's steal shit. Sorry, bad, laws, bad. No swearing. Let's steal stuff from these wreckage. Okay. Is this Lucretia platform? Are these ships that have been blown up? We don't know. He's like, oh, remember Lucretia platform? Very bad. Turn up. Oh, loot! Get the loot, Tenno! It's ridiculous. And then it starts just like ham-fisting this plot. It's like, right, you're in the right place now. I can just start getting my 2 fists of ham and go bloop, bloop over your head. Like, here's Vala, here's Tempestari. Oh. I did back to a positive. I did like how if you play the missions, it goes fluently. This is the kind of cool thing from one mission into the next. You start that first mission bashing your head against boxes, which you can either shoot because the pull on the objects is huge, or you can bash your railjack against the boxes. It's ridiculous. So you go straight from that mission into the spy. Like you get out and then go to the other one. Kind of cool. A bit janky the way it's like Sai just says like he's trying to do an emergency get out, and then he's like takes you straight to the spy mission. It's like But that's kind of cool. It's kind of just goes straight into that mission. But then it starts bouncing back to the dojo, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. Anyway, so then you get that. So then you go like, oh, I don't know what's going on. This person was moaning at me. Then a ship turned up. Let's go find out about their ship. And then the Corpus have this information. For some reason, we don't have any new information on it. But the Corpus have great records on it. Let's have, it's the Tempestari. How do they know? I mean, what? Why do we not know about the Tempestari? But then we do know about the Tempestari. Besides, like, oh yes, I remember this very legendary ship, very good, yes. And then you go to it, and you communicate with it. Oh god, the cipher thing. Right, but then you do cipher, and you get the music event, and you sleep. Now, here's one of my big complaints for it. Right, so what did you think about the music video bit with Sevagoth? Sorry, the music bit when you're playing as Sevagoth's shadow.
I kind of want to come back to that later with my own.
Right, okay, you're going to come back to it? Okay, I'll just finish there and go through it. So, my problem with it is, in so many ways. So, It was so weird. It's so simple. It literally is just dumping you in a small arena with the skybox, cool music playing, enemies. You don't need to fight the enemies. Your Sevagoth shadow can just die and it respawns. It's really weird. Why wasn't it made invincible? I don't know. And then after it's supposed to be that your Warframe fainted after Vala shot the ship because she turns up, and then Sevagoth is defending you from Corpus, who boarded the Tempestari. Apparently, that is actually what Reb said. It annoys me though, right? Because Vala is obviously... I've been waiting so long for a female Corpus named character villain, and I think Vala is really cool. I think she's got some cool the backstory. The Swiss cheese has potential, and obviously it's going to lead into the Corpus Queen Pins. That's fine, and we're going to get more Corpus female characters. Really great. I like that. That's what you go back to 10 o'clock, we were screaming about it for years. Like, I love the robots, female character. But then she keeps saying on about sisters. My sister's on my ship that died from the Tempestari. Sisters. The song, which at first says boys and girls, because obviously maybe they're singing it to boys and girls, then just says sisters. Right? What is Sevagoth killing? Men. There is a female corpus. This is what gets me. There is a female corpus model in game, which is one of the Scrambuses, which is adaptable with multiple things. So they could put female corpus for you to fight. But you just fight men, so it doesn't. You might say like, "Oh, what you moaning about, Loz? What you care about? Stop being sexist, whatever." No. It's part of the narrative. So Vala was talking about her sisters when she was in space. This literally is the line before you start this point, when the music starts playing. She says her sisters floating in space. She said their mouths moving singing with her, right? So that's what it's all about. But then she somehow survived that. She goes back to the Corpus and then gets a ship. Parvos apparently gives her a ship, something to go fighting, and then she has no more female corpus. So back to Lucretia platform. Was Lucretia platform entirely crewed by women? That's interesting. Is that a super secret sect of corpus female characters doing super secret stuff? Let me know about it. No, you don't get to know about it. And then there's just male corpus, which Sevagoth fights. Then the other thing is, then when you kill them, the models on the floor, you fight new model corpus. It's literally the basic original corpus crewman dead on the floor. None of the cool new models. Another disconnect. So you don't fight that. Let me just, I'll finish this bit for this. There was another issue with this. Another issue with this bit.
I do want to comment on something that this may change your point of view.
Sure.
So one of your comments is like, we're just fighting the men.
That was actually my point. Yep. What was you going to say?
Now, one thing I wanted to highlight is that because we now know, and it was poor storytelling, that we were actually fighting the Corpus now, right on the Tempestari. I don't have that much of an issue with the fact that there were no sisters. The song is talking about the events of Lucretia platform, but this isn't anything to do with Lucretia platform. This was my perception, that this was supposed to be, Sevagoth just his memories of mowing down Corpus, there should have been.
No, your thing about Lucretia platform. That's the thing Reb said in the stream. Though it's meant to mean that. People can have their own interpretation of it. So it could be the shadow tearing through Lucretia platform. It's your own interpretation of it, like you say. Because that would also make sense, because the corpus you kill are not the corpus you find on the floor when you wake up. They are not the same corpus. You see some of the cool streamline helmets with the gun blades, and you see the floating Spectre-style Dappy Beam Void people, right? What you wake up to is 4 dead corpus crewmen. Those are not the same at all. So maybe it is the memories of Lucretia platform also in there. You don't know. Did the shadow go onto Lucretia platform looking for something and just tear through it? Maybe he was looking for a way to get the details for the coffin at the end. You don't know, because maybe he thought Lucretia platform was scanning the void. Maybe he'd find the information. It would find the information there. We don't know. See, so Swiss cheese. But also it goes back to Vala. So she had a super secret sect of whatever female people on the Lucretia platform, because she says her sisters, or is she literally just referring to maybe she had 2 or 3 sisters or a group of sisters just on the Lucretia platform who were also working outside with her when it exploded, and there was it's so Swiss cheesy. I just like, what's going on with it, right? But also the next thing is, so what's actually happening is they have disabled you're unconscious, and you are defended by the Shade because there's dead people there, clearly, right? But the Corpus decided that's a ship, we're going to send people on and people get killed. What are proxies for? Proxies are that's what proxies should be for. Because why would they risk crewmen going onto this ship? But there's no dead proxies. Well, let's send people on. Well, maybe we should send the robots first. Oh? Huh?
Well, I think the reason why, I think this is just the reason why there's dead crewmen is because they still have that model
as a dead prefix thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, probably it's a gameplay limitation.
You know how you can get I can loot this body.
They Grineer normally, yeah, in the fire effect missions,
yeah.
Yeah, it literally does look like that. It's an ancient placement thing of just like, they look really stiff and everything. But I was just like, see, that's again, it's a bit lazy. I don't, it's not updated models. And it's like, right, so if they're going to do that kind of stuff, why can't we have more of these quests? Because, you can just poke so many holes about how this was kind of maybe a little bit rushed or a little bit rough around the edges. It's like, that's fine. Then give us more of it. Because clearly it wasn't being shaved and polished and everything, it's things. And where did I get to? So that's the finish of that. Then the ship is in a claw ship, which was really weird because she says like, oh god, what's the term? I know it's going to be watched. I'm like, not multiphasic weapons. She requests multiphasic weapons first time the Tempestari turns up, and then apparently that is being held in a multiphasic something. So is this the multiphasic weaponry she wanted? Seems a bit weird. I don't know. Anyway, it holds the ship. You disable the thing. The ship is free. Another weak point of the quest, because your ship's, the Tempestari is in the claw thing, and then you free it, and she goes, open fire on the Tempestari, blow it up, and we'll sift through the wreckage. You go out, and then there's actually nothing going on, like she's not shooting anything. It's like, you can just sit there, and her ship is a static object, and it's like, again, fine if this is just meant to be a quick rinse and repeat quest, but that takes no effort. She just recording someone saying this line and not putting any effort. In fact, the ship you're on gets damaged when you exit. If you exit from the exit, not the entrance, like parts of it blow up as you escape. The basic weapon ship, whatever it is, right? Then you get on the thing. Oh god, this is something I realized in the footage. Then you load the Tempestari's weapons and you shoot a void bomb or something at her ship. A pillar. That's a pillar, actually. I like this cool name. That is a cool name for a Corpus ship. It's a Corpus pillar. That's what she's piloting, or she's on, right? You don't even have to aim at her ship. I pointed the bomb completely away from her ship, shot it, and it blew up her ship.
Wow. Oh, yep. Wow. Wait. The explosion still happens at her ship?
Yep, it still happens at the same point on her ship with the objective markers. I literally was like, hey, can I miss with this? And pointed it like into the void. And I'm like, wait, where's that going? And it goes and blows up her ship. So it's so scripted again. It's just like, that blows up. Right. Like, cool. Yeah, it's like, fine. which is fine, because if it's just a quick, that doesn't take time to do. There's no complicated triggers, no anything. You click that button, that must happen now. So that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to be too harsh on this quest, because in theory, if they can pump out quests this quickly, let's have more. Because for all the Swiss cheesiness, I do enjoy it, and I don't want to critique it. If we were getting these kind of quests on this kind of timescale, and on side of doing all the big things working as well, I'd be like, no, that's fine. Swiss cheese holes in it. Well, it's fine. They're only small holes, I'm nitpicking. But when it's like, this is the big release, it's like, oh yeah, there's a big release for you to work on. Oh, it's so cool. It's Tempestari. Then it's like, right, well, I'm gonna nitpick it then. You're not gonna. But if they pump these out rapidly, I'd be like, oh no, this is cool. I don't care. It's a little bit. Maybe they'll fix in the next quest all the things. Maybe. Oh yeah. People they listen to what people say, then they fix it in the next quest, or fix it with what was Lucretia platform. They can fix that in post, you see. But but we don't. I know we're not going to get one of these every 3 months, because this apparently takes all the effort. Even though I can't, apart from the song and other bits, I can't see why. Because the storyline doesn't. Anyway, then right. So then you free Sevagoth, and we said about the who's waiting for the shadow. I am. Hello. I called the taxi. That's basically what it was. And then you forgot that. Then you Spock, and the Reb actually said this. We Spocked him. So you find the Warframe, you find the shadow, you put them together, and then you send them out to blow up. And then you have to build a new Warframe. What's wrong with that one?
Can't you put it in the scanner first?
Can we scan? Yeah, scanner. Put it through the scanner. Get some. Ridiculous.
Okay.
Oh no. Well, one last point is that then I start thinking, oh wait, what? So why was the Sevagoth Warframe separate from the Shadow? Why was the Shadow on the Tempestari but the Warframe not? What was the Warframe doing? Was the Warframe rescuing people on a ship while it left its Shadow behind? Or did it release its Shadow into the void to find the Tempestari to try and pull it to it, and then it got lost? I don't know. But they had these two separate things. Like, that's kind of cool, but doesn't make any sense. Why? They apparently are one fused thing, but they were separate. What caused them to be separate? Is that, it's like, but and they can exist separately for hundreds of thousands of years, and they're both sentient or something. What? And then it's like, then it also makes out the Tempestari will return. So is the Tempestari sort of possessed by the crew, as you were saying, the ship and the crew? It's like, is the crew the ship, or is it like the ship has such a horrific death rate, but it's always used for rescuing? So it's like everyone always signs up to join the ship, even though it's a death march to save people. And it's just like the ship is so famous and gets all accommodations, and it becomes like a thing of the ship. That, like, you know, that all the allocades go to the ship, even though it's a different crew each time, but they just keep dying. Is that what's going on? I don't know, but apparently it's going to be back, so it's a sentient ship. I
honestly thought that, you know, you would get the, I think, do you get it as a skin for your Railjack? I think
yes, you do.
Yeah. You see, a part of me feels
that was
that, you know, that's, you know, like the Tempestari will return because you're flying it.
Because the Tempestari flies again through you, sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Though we'll point out, Reb did say in her playing through of it that we probably will be getting the the homing missile guns. Those will be coming to us at some point.
Yeah. Cool.
So anyway, even for my ragging, it does sound like I'm really negative about it, and you could say I'm taking those negatives, but then like I have actually softened on it, and I do like the quest as a whole, even for my moaning about it. But then it just trips over again at the end. I swear this quest was supposed to come out before Deadlock Protocol. Why? It would be a perfect Deadlock Protocol quest, with the ending with Parvos. You get the mention in this song about a man with a golden hand, and then you get the Parvos bit. But it doesn't make sense. Why? Because if you go through what Vala says originally, she says, sequester that Railjack for Parvos. As if, you know, got to get me that Railjack to give to the boss. So Parvos is just around, but then he's still in his void box. If she didn't say that at this half, if she said sequester that Railjack for Neff, and then the quest ends with that Parvos line, you'd be like, whoa, who's the man with the golden hand? Whoa, that's so cool, you know? So that's why, again, I'm like, I don't
know about that.
You know, it'd be a perfect teaser, and then Railjack, then Deadlock Protocol coming 4 months later. I'd be like, whoa.
With Deadlock Protocol, you don't know that Parvos is still alive until you get to it.
Yeah. But we wouldn't know that was Parvos in that we don't know where she is. We'd be like, whoa, what's that weird? You don't, until you get to that room, you don't know who that pyramid is.
No, because the announcement of Deadlock Protocol is Nefanyo says, I am the heir to Parvos Granum.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So maybe.
But if you remove that earlier mention that Vala says to Parvos, you have no idea who Parvos is. There's the mention of song of a man with a golden hand. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense. That's just some cool story. And then you get to the end of the video, it's like, wait, who is that man with the golden hand saying sister? What is that? Where is he? Is that the Void? And then then Deadlock Protocol comes out, and it's like, okay, yeah, he says he's now the heir of Parvos Granum. Who's Parvos Granum? And then you go, wait.
Okay.
Then you get sent into the Void thing, you'd be like, whoa, what's that? I've seen that pyramid before. Whoa. And then it shows you Parvos. You're like, oh my God, Parvos was the man with the golden hand? Whoa. You know, it'd been mind-blowing if it was that way around. Instead, we just like, Parvos is just chilling in his Void crib with his pyramid that's still broken, and people just turn up, even though he's apparently also in real space. I
will say, though, it is nice that Parvos has actually come back.
Oh, yeah. You take the positives where we can, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, that was one of my big complaints for, what was the name of the damn thing?
Targus Rock, Tilragor, that stuff?
No. Heart of Deimos is the fact that Parvos says, like, I'm gonna go find the Entrati. So you turn up and like, where's Parvos?
I'll help you find them. They're over here. Turn up there. Where's Parvos? Is he here yet? He's looking for you. He's looking for you. I found you. So maybe he's lost.
So unless you want to make any final point, I want to talk about the rabbit's foot.
Right. Okay. That's my rant over. Cool. Just want to finish. So let me sorry, real quick.
Yep.
I am negative, but I have mellowed. I did enjoy it. It is really cool. There is a lot of good stuff here. There really is. For a small 30-minute quest, it is enjoyable. I've played it through 3 times, and I'm like, yes, I like this. It is fun, and there is some good points. But that is measured by all my negative points. That is still carried around by it. But I'm positive. It was a cool quest. I want to play it. I like enjoying it. I've played it through 3 times. I'll play it through again. It is fun, but negatives. Ooh, done. Yours. All yours. Ooh.
So one thing I will say is I much prefer a quest like this compared to things like the Error cinematic.
Yes,
right?
yes.
The I mean, if it's a case of you get no cinematic cutscene, but we can produce quests like this, I'd much prefer this.
This does have a few short, carefully cool cinematic cutscenes though.
Yeah, you see, a cinematic cutscene, I would say, like, it's something where the dialogue is exchanged. Like Teshin holds his sword to your throat.
But
you're saying like Teshin jog on, or Era's saying like, but you didn't kill me, sister. Things like that. That is a cutscene. This is just like a transition at best.
Fair enough. But I would say that a cutscene is anything which requires cutscene level stuff. That you need to put the time in to move it. So you've got Vala's introduction where you see her from behind. She is walking in, almost like in 0G, I think, because her hair's floating. Then you've got a few shots of like her pillar flying in with ships flying around it. That needs to be animated, you see. So any cutscene which isn't just the in-game AI controlling stuff, I count as a cutscene. And then you've got stuff at the end when she's moving through the void. That has to be animated. So they're short and sweet, but they're still little cutscenes, and that's why I kind of like that. That it does do cutscenes, but they're short, sweet. I much prefer those kind of actiony things. Even her stumbling around and then falling over and Parvos turning up is so much cooler than "Hello, I am Era. Oh, I am the Lotus. Blah 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 blah." Right. Nothing happens.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about the rabbit's foot now.
Right, go to you.
So there's this is mostly inspired by a piece that J.J. Abrams did, which is the main focus of Lost, like his narrative telling in Lost, but also, and this is the more important one, his narrative telling in Mission Impossible 3.
Okay. I remember that. Yeah.
And the actual weapon of mass destruction is referred to as the rabbit's foot.
The rabbit's foot. And you never... It's also the same as Pulp Fiction, what's in the briefcase.
Exactly. You never know what is in the briefcase. You never know what the rabbit's foot is. It could be a weapon of mass destruction. It could be a... What's it called? Oh, God.
A crypto-destroying device.
A retrovirus. It could be a neurotoxin. It could be,
could be information on every political person in the world, which will bring them down through.
It could be literally anything. But the whole point is,
it is valuable.
Is more valuable than. Well, no, I was going to do a hyperbole. Yeah, no, it's extremely valuable for every party member, and everyone wants it.
Yes,
right? That is the important thing.
Yes.
Right. So what are the stakes that people will take to get the rabbit's foot?
Yes.
Now, the important thing is we've given no identity to the rabbit's foot. We haven't referred to it by name. You
could almost call it the MacGuffin.
Exactly. You could call it the MacGuffin. There's no... Imagine, right? We have Lord of the Rings, right? But you take out every scene that involves the ring. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you constantly refer to it as the One Ring, right?
Right.
We need to get the One Ring to Mordor. We need to how has Bilbo found the One Ring? If you take out any instance, we can't take the One Ring. You should give me the one. Any instance where the One Ring is present and you remove it from the movie, right? The movie just doesn't make any sense because you've got no context to what the One Ring does. Who had the One Ring? Why? So what's so special about it? So on and so forth. The fact that Frodo goes fucking invisible whenever he puts the One Ring on. Whenever he puts the One Ring on, Sauron knows exactly where he is.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
It's a bit more than that. It also has like a corrupting effect on him every time he uses it. And
exactly. You lose all of that key bits of information. The same is true with Lucretia Platform, right? You've referenced the thing by name. What's the significance to it?
Yes.
When did the Tempestari destroy it? Why did the Tempestari destroy it? What was Vala doing at Lucretia Platform?
Well, she's apparently outside in an exosuit. That's all we know.
Yeah. Why was Lucretia Platform there on a shipping
lane in the void,
shipping lane. That was it.
Something void.
Yeah,
solar rail line, something.
We have the rabbit's foot named, right? We need to know more. We cannot go without having that information. It's the biggest motivation for Vala.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And without properly understanding and appreciating it, we got nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So
it guts the character, doesn't it? It guts you've got this character that's screaming about the thing. You're like, what? The thing? The thing.
The point is that you can still have the same level of motivation and everything without naming the rabbit's foot. Perfect case in point, Mission Impossible 3. They never explain what it was, but the narrative, the motivation of Nathan Hunt and oh god, I can't frick, what was the villain's name? I can't remember.
I know the actor, I don't know his name. Yeah.
What's the actor? Who's the actor?
No, sorry, I remember the character. I don't remember the actor's name. I'm terrible with names. Terrible.
I think it's Dennis Hoffman or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, the whole point is that the motivation's there, but you know nothing about it.
Yes.
It does work. You could have had something, the platform, right? The orbital platform. There you go, right? It instantly takes away some of the agency because it's not fucking named.
Yeah.
Right? And the other, so first off, that's one way you could address it. The other way you could have addressed it is that scene, that song scene, right?
Yep.
I would change this so that you wake up as Sevagoth, right?
Right.
Be it Sevagoth Shadow or just full flat out Sevagoth on a sabotage mission on the platform, right? And you are destroying the platform. And you could end it with exiting the platform, getting onto the Tempestari, and then cutscene, Vala's floating out in space in her exosuit, and the Tempestari flies off.
Yeah,
right?
You see, it cuts to black and she says that, and I would have much preferred just watching her float through space, through wreckage, just slowly. But that takes more animation time, and this was a very quick and easy thing to do. They literally put you in a small pen. You're basically invincible, and you respawn. Enemies will forever spawn. Music plays. There's a skybox. That is it. You are. It's very. I can't imagine that took mass amounts of dev time to put together. It's just a room that spawns enemies, and then like some lights come down. That's about it. Yeah. Whereas that would take more time. The problem with that is that they wanted it to be a poignant moment based on the length of the song, and then to kick you back into it. So when the song finishes, you just get put back. I mean, maybe if there was more enemies, so it felt like you were actually sabotaging a base. Whereas instead, like in fact, in the footage, you'll see just standing there on this run. And like, all you get is just a couple of stabby boys going stab, stab, stab. In fact, they're so stupid. Sometimes you'll spawn behind them, and then they don't even know you're there. So I'll just go like, and I have to stand in front because I'm like, I want to die quickly, so I have to stand in front of them to go, oh, there's a shadow again. I'll stab that. Like, what? It's so simple.
So how I would have addressed the song, right, is that when you come towards the end, right, first off, you could do it in a couple of ways. You could repeat the song, right, but I think it would lose impact and value, right, to constantly repeat the chorus and then cycle through the song. How I would have done it is, I don't know if you remember the teasers, right, like when we first shown Vala, we have the song hummed. There is no lyrics. Do that. Swap into that. So like you have tune with humming, and then tune without humming, and then tune with humming until you finish, right? You finish the sabotage, and then maybe it does the final chorus and the final verse. But yeah,
Fair enough. Just to check something about the song while we're back at the song. I'm not a I'm completely musically inept. But could you replace the word sisters with brothers and still sing the song, or at least one verse of the song? Does it still work? Like
sisters, brothers. Yeah, same syllables.
Same syllables. It would be a bit clunky, but it would still work. Because that's the thing.
No, I don't think it would be clunky at all. Because it ends with ers, right? So sisters, brothers.
So you stress the
same
ers,
syllables, same final syllable. It should just work.
Okay, because that's the other thing that gets me is that. Back to you saying about is that point about Lucretia platform about or on the Tempestari. The song says sisters, and she says before the song that I see all the corpses of my sisters, and I imagine they're singing along with me. So it's almost like that she's singing, and she's singing the song to herself while she's in space. So, you see, and then it just annoys me. The song doesn't have a brothers line. It's like, why not? I mean, it just seems so weird to me.
I think that is because it's really trying to drive
the queen pins to the absolute nth degree, and I'm just like, but.
And the weird thing was, I swear, I've had multiple people turn to me and say this. Like during one of the dev streams, they did say that Call of Tempestari was supposed to come with the queen pins.
Now I can't. Right? I did look through the Warframe wiki on it. I couldn't see anything on that, but obviously that's just a quick summary. So if somebody remembers that from dev stream or can find that on one of the dev streams this year, there's only been 2 or 3. So have a check, but I'm not sure. Maybe they pushed that back, which is what obviously they have.
Well, I can only assume that they have. Yeah. Right, I've explained the rabbit's foot.
Ooh, should we go to what other people say? I think we've
yeah.
The replies. I understand why we gave Sevagoth a proper burial, but in turn it made 0 sense in later on recovering gathering the pieces like I think it's WTH, WTF I suppose.
Yeah.
If you wanted to keep him anyways, why shooting him out in the first place? Because they wanted to Spock him. That's what your rep said.
Well, I mean. I get spocking him, right? I get like the burial at sea, right? I much prefer the term burial at sea than spocking him, but because they do it with other characters as well, right? But the big thing for me is like, I think you have to accept that disconnect or ludonarrative dissonance. The fact that you have to go get Sevagoth at some point. You have to go. They can't just give you Sevagoth. Yeah, logistically, it makes fuck all sense that I have Sevagoth. I just have Sevagoth because I found his body out in the. No, you have to. You have to farm from it. Otherwise, like, there's nothing to do.
Exactly. The game comes into effect. Yeah, but maybe a line because they did say that the shadow was void energy, so maybe they could like a line from, maybe it ruined the moment I guess, but a line from Zai saying Sevagoth void energy destabilizing, must return to void, rejecting in 3 seconds or something.
To be honest, like, it's difficult because I think it would have been better had the shadow rejoined with Sevagoth just sort of like disintegrated.
Yes, like yeah.
Right.
But they got spaceships and they wanted to Spock him.
But they wanted to give him like a burial send off sort of thing, and I appreciate that more.
Maybe it would have been better if after he joined. Obviously, this is an assets issue. You would have seen that the Warframe in the tomb, it did have Sevagoth's colors. They join. Maybe it should have glown, and then sort of the glow fades, and then all the color drains out of it, as if it's become an empty shell.
Yeah.
So it desiccates basically, and then it just goes like shriveled up husk sort of thing, and it's like, right, okay, so it's now a dead Warframe, so we can't use it, kind of thing. But then that would take efforts of I'd love a panelong. That goes from the feet up to the head that shows the energy like draining out of the body. Would have been so cool. Again, that's effort and time to produce.
I wonder how much effort it would be, because I imagine the code is in such a way that you can't change the color scheme of your Warframe mid-mission. It's like, you want a what? No!
Yeah, it might be some hard-coded thing. Yeah. It would have to be literally a custom object made to do it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you see, then that's effort. You see, that's why I do give this quest a bit of a pass, because it's kind of simply done, which doesn't have any of the time effort stuff, like the super cinematic ones, right? So I'm like, okay, then give me one of these every 3 months, or 4 months. Give me 3 a year. I'd still be happy, alongside while working on the big stuff. Because in reality, you could reproduce this entire quest with a little story with maybe a voice actor using Killer de Therm, for example, and make a Grenier version, change up a few things if you want, and you don't need to make any new assets. Just put things in place. I mean, that's what they used to do. You know, that's how we used to get quests. They used to be small and quick. They've got a bigger team now, and I don't get why. It frustrates me. That's why I don't be negative about it, because when I look at it through this framing and understanding of it, I'm frustrated. When I look at it through these framings, I don't hate the quest anymore. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. I actually do appreciate it more because of that framing. But now I want more. You know, more. Anyway, next one. Big guns. You wanted some reason to fear her. There they are. Always listen to Sai. Big guns? Big guns. You wanted some reason to fear her. There they are. That's
fear. Maybe it's fear Vala?
Or fear the Tempestari? Got big guns? No. Because I do remember when watching this playthrough, Sai does refer, using nautical terminology, to the Tempestari as a she.
Oh, fair enough.
Quest fell short.
Yeah. No, keep going.
Quest fell short. I personally didn't mind the early Anairos, Mirage, etc. timing, where each section of the quest gave a guaranteed piece and then a 12-hour wait to advance. Though I do understand why people are frustrated by a time gate putting pressure on platinum rushing.
I much prefer how they do the quests now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, go get the parts afterwards. Like, do you remember the story of Xeno in Limbo?
Didn't you keep doing the first mission?
Yeah.
And then you kept getting helmets or something?
Yep. Because I thought you had to do...
Oh, the neuroptics.
Yeah.
You thought you had to do the mission,
like
an excavation, a chance, yeah.
God,
we did like a half-hour run, didn't we? We did. You pulled in 3 of us, and we were like, right, we're going to really try this hard. And we were like, okay. And then we kept getting more helmets or something. It's like the game's like, I've given them the thing and they won't leave.
It's just like, Drew, do you think that this one mission only gives this one part? Nah. Yeah, shit. No, I much prefer this, and then you have to go do other parts of the game to... Yeah, right. Should we move on to...
Last reply. One of the things that I missed on Call of Tempestari is, okay, the quest introduced the ghost ship, ghostly homing turret, and pretty beautiful missile, and we can't get it, ? The skin itself from the ship doesn't have the ghostly interior. Hope they had the effects on the inside of the ship's skin. So, there's... I'm sorry, I don't... Well, first of all, we probably will be getting these things, but I would be happy... Well, first of all, you're not getting that bloody missile. That missile caused a void rift. You're not getting void rift missiles. My God, that blew up a pillar in one shot.
No, the turret. No,
they mentioned both.
Oh,
they mentioned both. Ghostly homing turret
both.
And pretty beautiful missile. You're not getting the void missile. In fact, Sai didn't even know what it was. He said loading some countermeasure, right? There are corpus pillars. That's what the big corpus ship is. In missions, you have to go on them. If you were given that missile, you could blow up them every single time. You're not getting your hands on that. And if you do, it'll be completely depowered.
You want me to do this rescue mission? More like blow up the ship mission.
What's that? Yeah, you're going, right, I want to crack some relics. Oh yeah? Exterminate. Pooh! What's that? Spy mission? Need to get information. Get information from this. Pooh!
The turret, I have no issue with. I think the turret's cool. I'm not a huge fan because the missiles, the torpedoes,
very slow.
Lock on to they will lock on to like the nearest thing, and no, I need you to hit that thing. I've already fired one at that. Why have you fired 4 more at that? No, hit the other thing. God damn it!
Yeah, I like hitting the target right away as well. Yeah.
Yep.
And as for the interior, if you ask for it, I'm sure they'll do it as a thing for the next quest. Yeah.
Separate skin. Separate skin.
Look, if they're gonna bring Tempestari quest for another quest, there you go. Yeah, separate skin for the inside outside. Yeah, they haven't done that much for the inside. I remember they said they were going to, and then but they've redone it. You see, so they've completely it's a good thing maybe they haven't because they've completely rejiggered it, didn't they?
Oh, so much better now.
It is so much better. I really this quest made me really actually enjoy Railjack, so I'll be doing more Railjack, which leads into the next topic, which we'll get to in a bit. But anyway, that's our mini rant about the Tempestari. If you have any interesting things, please, if you have any comments or feedback, please put in the description below of this video because it will be read. I read every single comment that goes on any of our videos, especially before we do the next recording. So please give me your feedback. I really do want to know what other people said about this quest. Is this just Xeno and Loz being grumpy old people because we are, or do you agree with us that there was some negative points, but then positive points because means I'd be really happy. Rabbit's foot. Yep, that's the end of that. So okay. Now let's move on to topic 2.
Right. Topic 2.
So I really enjoyed playing Railjack now. What did this update give me? It gave me a reason to play Railjack, in theory, with Void Storms, a whole new way to crack relics. Xeno, okay. Off you go.
Right. So the original post says, is the insert anything here farm great? No. In this mode, you can get Railjack content combined with normal mission content. Normal missions are here's A, here's B, do stuff, get out. Whereas you have the option to do what to do in Void Storms. Void Storms bring together all the different things you need to get. Endo, credits, and Radiant relics. But the point remains, you now have a game mode where you can do all these things at the same time to the net result of farming mode that's actually really efficient, all things considered. Shut up, phone. I'm probably not going to go back to playing normal relic missions anymore. Void Storms are genuinely a better way of spending my time. This is like, I don't know if this topic actually just lacked detail. But this is like the opposite of what I've heard.
Yep. Well, there is a lot more in the actual topic. When has there ever been another game mode where you could do affinity farming, credit farming, endo farming, and relic opening at the same time? I mean, never. Is the affinity farming as fast as ESO? No. Is the credit farming as fast as index? No. Is the endo farming fast as arbitrations? No. Is the relic farming as fast as normal rail missions? No. The point remains, you have a game mode where you can do all these things at the same time. So the net results of farming mode that actually is really efficient, all things considered. The game mode is more fun and the rewards are better unless the only thing you want is maximize relic opening speed and nothing else, in which case normal relic missions are more efficient. Right. So I agree with them. Right. In my opinion, they're wrong. Right. The only efficiency this brings, no, there is some efficiency this brings. If you are looking,
I think you mean you don't agree with their opinion. Not
no, I don't agree.
No, wrong.
You are right. I don't agree with their opinion. I can't just define them as wrong. You're completely right on that. Very good point. Yes, I do not agree with their opinion that it is better. I do agree with their opinion though. It is better than if I want to just go. If I'm just like, hey, let's grind some Railjack missions. You might as well do the Void mission version, the Void Storm version, right? Because it is literally the basic Railjack mission plus opening a relic. So what it makes defunct is the normal Railjack mission. What it should be making defunct, I'm sorry, it really should, is opening relics normally. That's the side it should have been making defunct, right? Not, okay. I could just do a Railjack mission because I get Railjack rewards. Yeah, and you'll get the Railjack reward. And as far as I know, I haven't done a set of 10 missions comparing. Do you get less of the Railjack rewards, or do you miss out on one of them that you would get for finishing a normal mission? I don't think you do. So I think doing that is better than a normal Railjack mission. But this should have been better for relics, not for that. You don't want to make... This is new content. Oh, but this is just a better version of the same thing. Oh, then I won't play those missions anymore. Instant fail. Instant fail. As for endo and credits, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure if I gave somebody an hour, no, let's say 4 hours, right? One person just farms these missions. One person does 1 hour on relics, 1 hour on credits, 1 hour on endo. Was it 3 things or 4 things they said?
Relics, endo, affinity.
Oh, yeah. They have 1 hour on affinity gain, 1 hour on credit farm, 1 hour on an endo farm, 1 hour on relic farm. I'm sure that person will be producing scale leagues more than somebody who just farms these missions. These missions take so long to do. For like this is what it should have been making better than. Now I've watched a Brozine video, and I just want to make one point against it. Nothing. I do agree. I'm agreeing with his point here, but he said like that doing one of these missions should open 10 relics to make it worthwhile. Is what I understand.
That seems a bit extreme.
Exactly. I feel that is a bit extreme because it takes him about, I think, 12 minutes or something to finish, and he dies a couple of times and whatever, and he goes through the mission. But like 10 is a bit too much. But like maybe methods to get a load of traces, like a mad amount of traces, or a mad amount of, or an extra relic for doing it. You know,
let's say for sake of argument, right, that you can get if you were to do a non-capture mission, right, for relics, you could do it in 4 minutes, right? Hell, I mean, if it's
I think faster.
Well, no, I mean, taking into consideration survival, it's forcing you to be 5 minutes.
Yeah, so but capture is faster than that.
Yeah. So but the majority of the missions, I think, you know, excavation. Oh god, what's the name of the other ones?
Interception.
Interception, defense. I think the average will be around the 4 minute mark.
Yes, yeah, probably.
Across all of them.
I'm not sure. The only one I would say is exterminate, because exterminates, especially the high level ones, like go kill 150 enemies. Oh.
I think it depends, because you can efficiency the fuck out of that one. Like, oh, I'll just take Ignis Wraith and just munch everything.
Maybe.
You know? Or what? Was it Equinox? Who's Ember 2.0?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you know.
Do correct us in the comments, so they say, "God, these guys don't know about this Warframe." We really don't. Do tell us if we are completely missing.
Yeah, please
do.
Like,
we love being proved wrong. One of these
jump
things.
On some of these builds.
Yeah. Tell us. Oh actually, no, it's not. Fair. It's not the.
I finally got how to use. Garuda.
Oh, yeah?
Right, from Sliverito. Right.
Yeah.
Like I actually sat down with him. I was like, how do you build for Garuda? And he actually explained it to me. I'm like, holy crap. One of the community shoutouts is a video from Headshot about Sevagoth, and I'm like, holy crap. Like I am, you know, I do want to learn more about the play style. Yeah. Anyway,
sorry. Before we get to this point, this one I want to give a shout out to doing these builds. I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry from the comments. Somebody was like watching last week's footage and goes, "Loz, hold 4." I was like, and I looked it up. I'm like, because I was just pushing 4, and I think you just tap 4, it does stationary hurricanes, but if you hold 4, it does the moving ones. And I thought I was just doing the moving ones. I was like, oh, I am very good. It's like, no, I have to hold 4. So the comments, I was like, Loz, hold 4 and ever. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, no, we are idiots when it comes to these things. We've been in our safety zone of what we use for far too long, I think is what's happened.
My point is.
Right, oh, sorry. No, I was on point.
Average.
No, one last point. Sorry, no, let me finish. I want my point. I'm not going to stop. You can't beat me. I'm going to get my point. I'm going to get my point. I'm not going to stop until you make my point. Okay, so that's why I'm sorry if my Sevagoth play at the end of this video is so awful. I will be watching Headshot's video and I will understand it, because you'll watch it and be like, what is Loz doing? Why is he doing that? It's like, okay, I just want to apologize now in advance. I was like, I'll play Sevagoth. Buttons! So yeah, sorry. Yeah, you go. I needed to get that before I get another comment below saying, Loz, what are you doing with Sevagoth?
Fishing. You are fishing right now.
After this. I think it's after this, yeah.
Right, so the whole point is that I do feel that the rewards you get for the Void Storms, like, it should be like a comparable amount of time. Right? So maybe doing a Void Storm, you can pick 2 or 3 of the rewards rather than you only still get 1. Hell, maybe you should be able to get all 4, but then you're reliant on what the other people bring.
Yes, yeah.
You know, maybe you can only take Radiant Relics, so you have to have a Radiant Relic to do a Void Storm.
Maybe this.
But Radiant Relics do drop from the Void Storm, and you can get Radiant Relics from doing the ESO as well.
Yeah, I guess. I was just wondering. I mean, I think maybe let people just let people pick 2 rewards at the end.
Yeah,
that'd probably be okay. I mean, it wouldn't be the best, but at least you'd be feeling, oh wow, I get to pick 2 things. You know, it would feel different.
The difficulty is that people will feel. I think 2 is probably the safe bet because people will find ways to burn through them faster and make it more efficient. So, instead of 12 minutes, we managed to do it in 8. Yeah. So it's more of it. So I think 2 is a safe bet.
Well, they did the simple version of they literally just turn them into active void missions. But maybe they could do a cool thing because this is a rift in space rather than on a planet or a planetoid or whatever. That maybe it'd be something special game mode where the more relics you bring ups the enemy levels or gives them extra prefixes and suffixes or puts additional objectives into the mission.
Yeah.
Like it'll now be like, right, blow up 3 cruise ships, then another ship, then you've got to do this on the other thing, and you've got to do this, and you have to go back on the ship,
I'm just thinking what you could potentially do is you could do a group run with. Okay, so my thinking is logistically, I'd have to work this out, but if you say in a group run, I want this many relics, like I want 1, 2, 3, or 4, like rewards. I want these many rewards.
Mm-hmm.
The scaling of the enemies accommodates.
Yeah.
Right. So instead of saying, oh, well, you've picked, so picking 1, they start at like level 15. You pick 4, they start at level 60. Right.
Yeah.
And then they escalate so much faster. So the second one, they could be level 30, but it said they're level 120, right?
See, I didn't want to quite. I'm not sure if level is the. I don't know. It'd be balancing on this because basically, if it is that, what all that will produce is the sweet spot of the amount of relics to the time it takes to kill them. That's why I said the prefixes or suffixes, like nightmare modes. So you could have like no shields is a much more interesting thing. Like you enhance the rift by bringing too many relics. So now you've got a no shield variant. And it'll be different each time. It'll be random. So you're like, okay, let's have a go. It's like, right, let's try 2 relics, and it pops up. It like reveals what the thing will be.
I like that
like low gravity or health drain and things like that. So the more you bring,
the more you bring, the quantity or the severity.
Both maybe that for each one it'd be a cool thing that for some upgrades would be severity, some would be a thing, because it could say that like you put 1 in, it says no shields activate. You put a second in, it says no shields and life drain at like 2% per second or something. You go to a third one, the life drain goes up to 6% per second or something like that. And then another level comes out.
I kind of feel, because I know what's going to happen, I would say RNG it. People are going to say, no, don't RNG it. I don't like RNG, right?
No, you're right, actually. Yeah, don't RNG it. But it should be fixed for that, how long that void rift's there.
Relic. Yeah. I think each relic, right?
Oh, maybe relics.
Have
different ones.
Positive and negative, right? So like, so if you take
positive
this relic, positive is you get the reward. Apologies. The negative is like, if you take this in like excess, right? This is the negative impact of the excess. Hell, you could do it that the negative impact is personal, right? So each person has, right? So
I was going to say that you'd have to make it that way, because otherwise what will happen is people will just troll people by bringing whatever the worst one is. Let's say there's no shields, quarter ammo, and mad health drain. People are like, I'm bringing those to troll my team and make them lose the mission.
Yeah, so what you could do is have, each relic has XS1, XS2, and XS3, right?
Yeah.
Or -1, -2, -3. And then depending on how many rewards you choose to take, that's, you get those additional negatives. Yeah. I like that much. Yeah. So some of the relics, like, some of them, you get the whole idea, and they could just be personal. I think D would have to build some automation to automatically choose what are good negatives to have with each other, like good synergies. But you get the idea, yeah.
But that's the sort of thing that I would expect them to do that takes development time, because they have to have meetings, probably plan it out, test it, see what works, what doesn't work. That is kind of stuff. But we didn't get that. We just literally got, you see those missions we made? Yeah. Right, I'm going to give you those again, but you open a relic at the same time. And I'm like,
but they're the same.
But they're the same.
Yeah,
exactly the same.
Okay.
Right. There's capture. I'm going to go do capture at 1 minute of run or something.
Should we go to the replies?
Yeah, let's go to the replies. Let me close that because that's topic. Right. My only gripe with Void Storms is something you've already mentioned. Not enough railjack in these railjack missions. And such is the nature of all Corpus railjack missions. Yeah, I think I complained about this last week. I'd loved a Corpus railjack mission that doesn't make me go on a ship. It's really cool. I love the concept of sometimes going on a ship, and it's sometimes you can go on a ship and go on a little facility in space. That's really cool. Love it. I know it's the limitation of what the game can do, and that's fine, But give me more railjack stuff to do. Why isn't there more railjack stuff? They need to come up, I think, also with more things for Archwing to do when in space. There needs to be I think we said this before, an Archwing repair gun, an Archwing carrying gun. But so your job is to go collect life pods with the special gun. Make it one tool that does everything. So you go out there and you're like, Railjack, go collect people, bring it back. Railjack, go fix the enemy ship, I think that would be good because it gives you more things to do. So people have to kind of go, right, we're fixing the ship. Okay, everyone come back into the Tempestari. We'll kill off this wave of enemies. Then everyone but the pilot gets out. Pilot goes to hold off the next wave while everyone fixes the objective or something. That would be good as well.
I've got to say, unpopular opinion. I actually really liked the idea that the pilot couldn't shoot their guns while they're in the sprint mode, because it gave more of a importance to what's the name of the damn things. It gave more importance to
abilities, ramming.
No, the guns, the additional turrets. And
the turrets, yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm sprinting around like a lunatic. You now have something important to do.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
But it's completely taken that away. I really liked that when they announced that, but then, oh no, we're not going to do that anymore because too many people complained.
Oh, so now I didn't realize you can shoot while sprinting?
You can shoot while sprinting.
Oh, fudge off.
Yeah. No, I was really looking forward to. I thought that was a really good idea. Anyway.
For one thing, the rewards are actually pretty tight. I can get a decent chunk of Endo, Radiant Relics, or even extra Void Chasers, which I would use to stock up for a future Prime release, and honestly, probably will. I mean, I don't know, maybe if I sat down and ran the maths on it, this is the more efficient farm, but doesn't feel it. Really doesn't. Next.
I really don't think it is.
It's worse than all the others in terms of efficiency of time or drops. It's just a normal mission with annoying constant cutscenes, transitions, visual clutter that's nothing short of eye assault with not enough railjack gameplay to boot. Oh yeah, no, there's a good example. So the one Brozim did, as just an example, it was a Void Storm where he had to do the one where you have to turn off the reactor on the Corpus ship. Takes forever. Absolutely forever.
One thing I want to highlight is talking about like visual noise and things, visual clutter. I saw a YouTube video. I haven't actually watched it, but Tactical Potato did a video recently that basically says that there's too much visual noise for Call of Tempestari. I'm like, really? I don't know.
It's interesting you say that because this again was a point Brozim was talking about in his video. Too much stuff going on, all this visual faff going on. It seems to be the current pet hate is too much visual stuff. I've only felt there's too much stuff going on with some of the Eidolon fights because you're so close to the ground.
No, 100% on that one.
Yeah, that's where I've gone like there's too much visual effects going on. I've never really felt it on the rest of the game. Maybe I haven't got my graphics settings at full, but I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are.
Mine's at full.
Yeah,
I've got my
I'm sure mine is
particle
as well.
thing set to ludicrous.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I would say that there's too much visual noise on Deimos because trying to see the fish through all the little orange
floating.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's where I've got problems as well. Yeah, that's the problem with Deimos. I wish Deimos was bigger, and then it could have like little different zones instead of being a cramped thing. Anyway, moving on.
Or down.
Dee's insistence on having the Plexus steal affinity means that unless you're leeching, you'll be getting a pittance of affinity for weapons there. To say nothing of no longer being able to reasonably level companions or have a steady passive income on focus.
I'm sorry. Say nothing of no longer being able to reasonably level companions. Does ESO not exist anymore suddenly?
No, I think that's what they're saying, is that it is the better one. And so other people are saying, oh, I'm getting a decent amount of endo doing this. And this person's like, no, you're really not, because there's another item in your mix of drains, unless you choose not to take a weapon, which will then not get affinity dumped into it. You are losing affinity because a portion is being siphoned off for the plexus, which makes it instantly less efficient than all the other methods, is what they're implying.
Okay, yes, I agree. But is that such a bad thing? Right?
I haven't worked out the maths, is what they're saying, So.
But do you need to be able to level up the plexus or anything else in this game mode at the same rate as the current loot caves?
Well, that's the thing. As I said, the thing I wanted Void Storms to beat was normal relic farming, because people will always need to farm relics. So if you made this the optimum method of farming relics, people are going to have an instant positive reinforcement to play Railjack. It's now better than those missions. Everyone's like, oh, don't do those. You'll still find people running those missions, I don't doubt it. But everyone's like, oh yeah, get in your Railjack to do the Void Storms, because it's relic farm. That's what it needed to beat. I agree with you. I don't really care too much, Nendo, and I don't think that's important, or credits, or anything else. But it needed to be the most efficient method of general relic farming, and it's not. That was the one thing it had to beat. Instead, do you know, I almost would want no endo, no credits, but it gives you cracks multiple relics in some way. That's actually what it needed to do.
You know the whole negative thing to relics. I want to say that should only work in Void Storms.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but you get lots. And again, that's the thing, is just be careful with what we were coming up with. You don't want to make it less efficient or more annoying than just. And to be honest, maybe they should just remove capture if they wanted to make that more efficient. Remove capture from the rotation on normal relics or something, because they have to be that. I'm sorry, if I can just wait till captures turn up and go do captures really bloody quickly. Why do I? That's what annoys me, because if you made it that this was like. It's the same. It's the same thing that happened to Anthem, and it happened to Outriders. Right? Give the people the bloody loot. Just give it to them. Right? Anthem had a problem where it was really everyone. Oh, okay, this game's not very great. And then there was a bug that happened, gave everyone like 20% more loot and more chance at legendaries. I was like, whoa, this game feels so cool, because you actually really have to go through a lot of legendaries to get a sort of like with Rivens, a perfect one. And there's lots to get. So that more loot made the game enjoyable for people. EA went, it's a bug, getting rid of it. Same things happened to Outriders. If you don't, I don't know if you know, there was a bit of controversy last week where they removed the ability to get a guaranteed legendary in a playthrough or something, because there was a few people that were abusing it by joining groups, completing whatever thing it was, and then getting a free legendary. So they completely removed it from. I think it's the handing in a historical items thing. I think if you do all of them, you get. I think they've removed that legendary, the ability to get a legendary. For it, because people are abusing it. So now per playthrough you get less guaranteed legendaries, which is less gear all over for most people, and it's just because a few people are abusing it. Everyone's moaning again. It's like, well, okay, if it was maybe have a look at fixing that abuse in some way, but don't ruin all the players. It's the same thing here with DE. Like, let people crack more relics. In fact, there was that person who was like, I've got 100 relics, I'm never going to get through. We've gotten to the point, never going to crack all our relics. In fact, it's just insane amount of relics. I'll never crack all my relics. I will die and turn to dust before my relics are cracked at this point. Let me open more quickly. Let people have the loot cave.
One thing I want to ask, though, is that because you're not interested to do nothing but relics, or...
I mean, yeah, okay.
So you just have so many that it's just like...
No, it's more that there's more other things in the game I need to do.
Okay.
So you are right. Like, literally, I could choose to open all relics and be like, done, all my relics opened, got no more relics, yeah. But I've got so many more other things to do in the game. And even if I started cracking them, unless I literally was playing nothing but Warframe a day, cracking all those relics, before the next piece of content came out, and I got to move on to that. Yeah, but I just can't afford to give it the time. That's the thing. I can't afford to give it the time. I've got liches to do. I've got Deimos still to do. I've got mods to farm. I've got stuff to level, stuff to former. I've got focus. I still haven't finished my focus. I've now got Railjack to do. So I'm never going to clear these relics. Never. It'd be stupid to do it anyway. I do need to do a few more, don't get me wrong, because I'm out of ducats, but yeah, I'm never going to clear them all. It's crazy. Right, last point. People will complain about efficiency of Void Storm to normal relic mission. To be honest, it's a new game mode that you can do to farm all resources at a respectable pace. If you prefer to do more normal relic missions than Void Storm, go for it. More farming option to the game is welcome. I mean, I don't know.
Is it an option,
people are
though?
saying about Endo and Affinity. It's like it's like, oh, you get these other stuff. Maybe you do. I don't know. I didn't see a massive like, hey, have some Endo at the end as a bonus thing. I remember getting like, here, have some titanium. It's like, okay, fine.
But is it an option though? That's like my.
Also, I don't want to call it a game mode. It's not a game mode. They just gave you the existing game mode and went relics. Went, that makes a new game mode now. So if I get interception and I had an exterminate component, new game mode. It's like, what? No.
I mean, so one of the big things that everyone's highlighted here is, oh, it's more efficient to do these other things. No one's highlighted focus.
The original posted.
Oh, the original posted. Okay,
yes.
fair enough. I remember. Did they?
Focus. Well, Affinity is focus. Yeah, they actually say, is Affinity farming as fast as in ESO? No. So yeah, they do mention.
Okay, fine. If you want to go that way, but there's so much to this that it's just like. You need to compete. You need to be able to specify, I expect a mission to be XYZ long, right? And if you can't make it that long, so I'm just seeing you take the screenshot for your emblem. Or trying to, as they keep moving.
They keep bloody moving.
Anyway, so I do feel that okay, so here's a point. If you're driving a car, if you're driving to work, right? Are you actively going to take the longer way to get there, or will you try and always take the most efficient way possible?
Efficient.
Yeah, you will always try to take the most efficient. Like, I could go to work in 30 minutes, or I could walk 15 minutes in the opposite direction, 15 minutes back, and then the 30 minutes. Right? No, you wouldn't actively choose to take.
Not on a normal day, no.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you had something else to do, I need to go to the post office, I'll do it on my way to work. I need to go to the bank. So like people don't actively strive to do inefficient things because we are so taxed for time and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that this is like a non-starter point. We need more ways to farm things.
But there's true, but they need to be competitive. They are right, but it's, as I think you've said in the past, people will always prefer the path of least resistance. So even if you come up with 10 different methods and each one's different variety, a few people play. Majority of players will go like, hey, this one is 1 minute per run quicker than the others. There you go, everyone's going to do that.
Yep.
So if you think Void Storms are a good addition to the game and are efficient, please let us know in the description below. If you've run any maths on it and you definitely go, no, you're not, you guys are talking wrong, I ran it and I proved that it's actually a better endo farm, better credit farm, and better relic farm if you choose XYZ void storms. Maybe you have to choose particular storms or something, I don't know, but let us know in the description below because every point is read. Anything you want to say?
Show your workings.
Show those work.
Cool. Right. Let's move on to the community. No. So the graphs. Right. I have to get them loaded up as well because there's something special about the last question. Right.
Okay.
So do you want to press graph number 1?
Oh, I have to push buttons. There you go.
I'm not used to this all pressing of buttons. Right.
I never will be.
So
first graph.
First graph, do you miss the old leaderboards? So 11% said yes, 89% said no. I felt a bit conflicted with this because a part of me wanted to say there should be options for yes, I played when they were around. No, I played when they were around. Yes, I never played with them around. No, I never played with them. It just became a bit of a mess, so I just went with yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. The next poll. Right. Do you think there's room in Warframe to have the old owning of nodes back in the game?
Right? I do worry if you've slightly poisoned your audience this one because you said the old, as in the old method, as in that old horrid method, maybe. But anyway, let's look at results.
Didn't think that through. 33 said yes. 67% said no.
Yeah, I mean, because you said the old on your nose. Do you think instead, if you went, do you think there's room in Warframe to have a cool new dynamic system in which you expand the game with players competing for cool things and rewards and funness? People might be like, "Oh, that sounds fun," because the question I've said it positive way.
The question,
yeah, which we have talked about in previous videos. We are aware, but anyway, yeah. So,
yeah,
graph number 3.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you wanted to say anything on that. I'm definitely with the no.
I like the concept. I want dark sectors. I just think, but maybe not the old method, but we came up with new methods and new things. I think there is something to it, but it shouldn't be like the old method. The old method was stupid. Well, it was, no, sorry, don't be so mean. The old method was very limited and needed iterating upon. It had potential, but it was too abusable. And there was something more to there. Because in my opinion, in a lot of ways, Warframe still peaked at Gravidius Dilemma. Yeah, point for you. All right, let's move on. I think I got number 3 up.
So number 3 is, how do you feel about LOZ and Xeno's dark sector?
How
much do you remember of it? How much do you remember of the idea?
We were saying random, I don't know, off the... We never remember after we finished recording, but I remember there was cool stuff. It was cool stuff, man. Cool stuff.
It was like this
blue sky thinking.
It was like this whole talent tree kind of thing with... Sorry, this whole path progression thing, like in Hades, where you could go down different routes.
Oh, like I said, FTL, yeah?
Yes, FTL was another one.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now, yeah.
The whole Torghast, crazy buffs, and so...
Oh, yeah, that was so cool.
Just to highlight, there was 2 other options on this. There was negative, and then there was neutral.
Oh.
But the only 2 responses we got was 47% of the people said, I'd like to hear more, and 53% of the people said positive. So,
nice.
I think maybe we could do one episode, which is us just hashing out ideas for this.
We'll save that for our next drought from...
Right, okay. Next one.
Before?
4. Right. Would you like to see a separate spin-off game as topic 2 describes?
Wow.
This was the whole horror game sort of thing. 50% said no, 50% said yes. This deadpan tie, I'm kind of surprised. Like, I don't know how to interpret this at all. Did anyone comment on this?
Some people said they would like to see a spin-off game. I think it'd be cool and interesting, especially playing as a Corpus Crimen sort of thing. Yeah.
Cool. Right, and now the more complicated one.
Yeah.
Right. So I need to explain some of these because the full title is like lopped off kind of thing.
Whoa.
So this was a multiple choice thing. What of the following best describes your opinion of asymmetrical PvP? Right. So the most 50% was, I've had negative experience
in other games.
Yep. Right. Then there was a 44% of losing
in an asymmetrical PvP system would leave to...
Right. Okay. Losing in an asymmetrical PvP system would leave too much of a bitter taste in the mouth of the losers.
Yep. And players should see against reward.
Yeah, players should see extra rewards going against other players in asymmetrical PvP. Yeah. So, and the least common ones, I'll go for the bottom 3. Players would feel indifferent. Players would feel indifferent when losing against each other in asymmetrical systems. Yeah, I completely agree with that one. I've had positive experiences. I wanted to make it short,
in other games,
experiences in other games.
6%.
And then the last one, players shouldn't gain. Players shouldn't
gain anything extra for the...
Oh God, I can't. Players. Oh yeah, so no, it's at the bottom there. Players shouldn't gain anything extra for the asymmetrical PvP.
That's not so people want to see some cool rewards for things, yeah, but it's not a popular mode.
No, I just don't. I don't think. And I think realistically, we hit the nail on the head, or you hit the nail on the head last week with the reason why we don't have stalker mode is because it's not appealing in any capacity.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, it's too many negatives, too many possible negatives, too many potential pitfalls.
Yeah, and I think this is something. I remember this is one of the reasons why I typically do not play PvP games. The number of times whenever I play with, I play PvP games with very select people. Loz is one of them, right? Because no. Because if Loz loses in a PvP game, he goes, "It was just an experience."
Let's play another one.
Right?
We got an hour left.
Yeah. It was just but I learned, right?
I had fun.
But there are sometimes I play with people and
it becomes a negative downer on their mood. I know what you mean. It's like that people are so focused on winning. It's like, yeah, but someone has to lose. Maybe like that sort of winner's mentality, right? But I'm going to play it. Let's say I remember this from playing League of Legends, the one I always remember. But even no matter who I was playing with, there'd always be one person in the group who would be like, win, win, win. And then at the end of a win mission, they would be so ecstatic and they'd be like, yeah, well done, everyone. But then if they lost, they'd become negative, they'd become critical, the whole mood. So then you try and take them into another game and they bring that negative energy with them instead of just going, hey, it was a bad thing. Maybe we could have done better here, couldn't have been there. We did okay over here, though. Let's play another game, guys. Yeah, I got time for another game. Yeah, that's positive, and wipe the slate clean. No, they carry that negative loss with them and it defines their mood because then they have to win like a drug. Like someone's got to lose. Literally, by the definition of the starting of the game, somebody is going to lose the game.
Yeah,
get over it.
So this is why I won't do PvP games.
Yep.
Right. That's it for the graphs. Shall we move on to the supporter questions?
Shall. Airborne crits. I'm going to stop right here because before we start that, there's something everyone has to remember. Leave a like, tell us what you think in the comments, and if you feel like supporting the content, you can head over to the patreon.com/Xenogelion. /Xenogelion to become a supporter. If you leave a comment, you may even get it read out by me, MDRLOz, on the next Tenno Clock as part of the community responses, which I'll be doing momentarily. Now on to the supporter questions. While the community generally agrees, that's really good. You should probably save that. You should probably save that. That way you can read out because it says about Patreon. Know how much you hate about saying about Patreon. Right. While the community generally agrees that the Call of Tempestari quest was a good experience and the song released with it is an absolute banger, indeed, nobody can really deny that it was also a very short quest. In your eyes, what stages could have been added to make the quest a little longer, make Valor a more intimidating pursuer of the Tempestari, and the Tenno she sees helping it, and give the ending a little more player involvement?
I would say just replace the the shadow puddle, space puddle mission with your Sevagoth. You're going around. Give us Sevagoth's weapon. You're just running around like a lunatic and destroying a platform like that. That really, I would feel kick it up multiple notches.
I had no issue with the length of the quest. This is the thing, I always put it within my framing. If they're going to pop out one of these every 3 months, I don't mind short quests. I don't want to be dragged along pointlessly. I thought that was fine. As for adding more bits to make Valor more intimidating, how about her background makes sense? Seriously, I'm not kidding. Yeah. That would make me more, if I understood her more, like if we saw some of the Crucial Relay. How about
it's about the quality, not quantity.
Yeah, I mean, how about if we were there when the Crucial Relay was destroyed? Like
that's what I said. That's my whole suggestion.
No. I mean, sorry, I don't mean as Sevagoth. I mean as you're on your railjack with your Warframe. That let's say you start out, right, the whole thing on the thing, I think from Psy is that there's some disturbance on whatever it is. Why not do a few missions why can't we have some missions where let's start with a Grineer mission that we pop in and we're like detecting some signals, I don't know what this is, Tenno, and some Grineer turn up and we think, oh, the Grineer it is. There's a Corpus Relay nearby and it's undefended. The Crucia platform, it's a pacifist relay or something. Why don't we quick check on them?
What you could do, right? Udico message you or Biz or whoever.
Yep.
Asking you, there's currently an attack on the Crucial relay. Could you please rescue a bunch of...
I like the idea of the passive nature of a first mission where you're just investigating readings. You know, this actually makes sure, you know, the first mission you pop into just an asteroid field, maybe you don't find anything, pop into another area, and then Grineer ships turn up, which makes it confusing as to who the actual enemy is going to be. You think, there's a and then you get a message from Biz, or I think that'd be kind of cool. You could saying, "I'm receiving a distress call from," or Sai or whatever, the Lucretia relay. Can you go defend them? You pop in there, and then you're like, what's going on? And they're like, and, you know, you got Vala saying, more Tenno scum to help their ally or whatever, you know, that she blames you as well because you turn up. Even if you start fighting the Tempestari, that'd be interesting because it would then make it more dynamic. That I love it if it wasn't, even if it was a Corpus relay, let's say it was a Corpus research facility that had no weapons, whatever, and it's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you're trying to fight off the Tempestari to protect it, but Vala still blames you for the entire loss of the base and everyone on board. Even though you were trying to help, even though the Tempestari was confused and they weren't a threat, it's like there's no right or wrong here. It's a bit more grey. Instead, it's just like Vala coming in like, bad ship, bad. Get bad ship, blow up bad ship, capture bad ship, blow up bad ship. Why? Because the ship bad. I don't know. You know, that's why I like the Grineer element as well. Because why not just throw in some Grineer? So then it's like. Because then after you've been investigating the disturbances on the things, you think that it's secret Grineer transmissions, but maybe the Grineer, what you've actually encountered was the Grineer also investigating the same thing of the readings of the Tempestari, and then you think like, this base is being attacked by the Grineer, and you jump in and it's the Tempestari. It's like swap, you know. That'd been cool. That's how I would have increased the quest to make it more interesting. Zrugel asks, did they DE ever say what Riven means, or why Hunhao has accused Natar, then Lotus, of possibly being Riven during the Natar quest? Oh, really?
Sorry, back it up.
So, have they ever said what the term Riven means within a Warframe context? Like a Riven mod?
No, I don't.
No, they haven't.
I don't think they have.
They literally also jumped over the introduction of the Cephalon, whose job it is to do Rivens. That was actually supposed to be a thing.
Didn't they say... Yeah, they were going to do that at one point. It just hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't. No. So maybe in the future. Because so what they're saying is Hunhao accuses Nata of being Riven. Being Riven. You know?
Right.
So what does that mean? We don't know. Next point. Oh, hang on. There's a note here that I'm supposed to read this next question in a horrible screeching voice. So here we go. Ready?
Okay.
But why don't you view profiles to get emblems?
Because, first off, those emblems are freaking... what?
I'll tell you why. If anyone who's... I'm sad that Zrugel doesn't know, because it's a very old school thing. We did bring this up, and we said, no, you have to find them in the wild, because this is before relays that we started doing this. And the rule was you had to find it in the wild. You couldn't just go to someone's profile and get it. You had to find it on an arm in a mission. So it's like, we must be active. But I think occasionally we have, if it was a really cool one and we couldn't get it and we saw it, once or twice. But the goal is we have to see it on arms. Obviously now it's made a lot easier because the relays, the bases, the towns make it easy to find people standing around with emblems. But we always try and find it on the arm. Right, the awesome Todd. Hi, Loz and Xeno. I suppose anyone who I just want to know your personal thoughts on the Call of Tempestari SP quest. There you go, done it. Okay, and yeah, we did that. We did that lots.
Yep, we did.
A lot of my clanmates of mine and streamers as well, as DA Taylor herself said it short. I've got no problem. The length is not actually an issue I have a problem with. At first I really did at first, but then when I heard that they did this in 3 months, this wasn't something that's like been worked on since October, November. 3 months, I'm like, no, that's fine. The length is fine. I thought it did a little story, just needed filling in. That's where my eyes lies.
I feel, sorry, just to jump on the back of that, I do feel though that if there was the queen pins attached to this, no one would complain that it was short.
No, because they would be on to the next piece of content and been like, there have been a few critiques, but it'd be like, oh, that was a bit short, but I'm loving these queen pins.
Yeah.
I personally found it challenging due to not properly taking care of my railjack, but once I did, it felt short with little to no action for the railjack. A lot of cutscenes though, and that really Oh, and that really good tune. And that's what I felt we got out of the whole quest. A song. Yeah, it's a good song. I mean, just keep listening to it on repeat. Just keep listening on repeat until you forget about the quest.
one thing I do want to say though is, have you ever tried to like really break down one of the Disney musical like animations, like Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast, whatever? You pick one, right? If you were to take out all the musical ditties, right?
Yeah.
The film becomes like a quarter of its length.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of the nonsensical nature of the movie, because a lot of it is carried in the singing. But if you just take out all the ditties, right, it becomes so much shorter. And I do feel that is something that is kind of not respected. There's a ditty in this, it will feel short.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, so you're saying that because that becomes a focal point of the quest, you then makes it feel shorter because of that, because then your brain focuses on that one element a lot more than thing. It is still only like 3 missions long, really.
Yeah, like one of the big points is that when you're experiencing this as something to be consumed through film, right, it's not that big of an issue because, they're singing. You're still doing the same thing you were doing before the singing. You're still watching it, right, and absorbing it. But with this, I actually think this was quite a, pioneering thing for them to try. But the problem was, you sat there waiting for it to finish.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel that.
Because you can't, the player has no input on it. Like, literally, the footage has me just sitting pretending they're dying. In fact, I just sort of try and swing my arms to the beat, is what I end up trying to do with the shadow. You can't finish it early because the song has to conclude. You can't finish it, it can't go any longer because the song has to conclude. It can't give you a score or anything. It tries to get you to use Sevagoth's Wraith's powers, but you have no, unless you've reread them beforehand, you really have no context what's going on, and you just push 1, 2, and 3. Like, it's like, it's so, yeah. Right, that's it for those. Shall we go to some of the comments?
Yep.
I've only got 4 today because there wasn't too many, but they are 2 of them are a bit. I got 5 actually, but 2 of them are a bit long, a bit negative. But I thought I'd bring out some negativity, some more. But let's get it over with. So Prex Product, let's get his negativity out for the week. D's habit of make everything for new players is a double-edged sword. Not only does it estrange the veteran players, it has had a negative impact on new players too, by virtue of making the game overly complex and overwhelming. It used to be level up, get more weapons, get more frames, get mods, explore the system. Now it's level up, get more weapons, get more frames, get mods, explore the system, get an Arcwing, level that up, get more weapons for that, get an Operator, get more weapons for that, level up the schools, get K-Dross, level them up, get Necromex, level them up, get a Railjack, level that up, get weapons for that, get parts for that, explore a new system with that. So many buggy, incomplete systems. On top of that, inside of and beside of the other buggy, incomplete systems. Then what happens is new players don't know what to do, how to do it, look online, find a choir of veteran players complaining about a lack of high-level content. Oh, I thought, there was a paragraph that, but it's not. No, yeah. So,
well,
yes.
No.
Oh, no, you go for it.
Trex Paddock, good job saying high-level content.
Yes! Right? Yes! You are bang on there, Xeno. You are completely right. Thumbs up, which I can't even thumb up for you.
The other thing I want to say, I don't feel that this is new player content, right? I do feel this is more geared towards mid-level and veteran players because it's on the Railjack. You have to get a Railjack. You can't get a Railjack until you've done the sacrifice.
I think you can buy one from the start, actually, now.
You can buy one from the market. You can buy a Necromech from the market as well, which is freaking godsend. But I mean, I would easily say Deimos is new player content because you get Deimos on
off of Mars.
The 4th planet. Out of how many? I don't know, but lots.
Many.
Right, but then you've got Shazbot, what was I going to say? But then Arcwing, Arcwing I think is around Mars as well. But again, you need that for the sooner than later stuff. You then have the second dream, which is Neptune. Is it no Uranus? Uranus, Natar, which I can't remember. No, I know you can't do. No, you have to do the what Neptune in order to do this. Do the War Within, Sedna to do the sacrifice. These are the junctions, and oh gosh, then you can get your railjack and everything. So I wouldn't say it's new player focused at all.
Fair. Moving on to Peter. I'd like to see some way of system that is currently from what I remember in Payday 2, which is a crime spree. Crime spree is a mode where you gain additional XP and money for harder missions. Every mission you choose a modifier for. Enemies, more health, more damage, special units, only units type X instead of units type Y. Scale in this scale is infinity, so some players crime spree reaches 20, 395%, more enemy HP, all heavy units can heal, all heavy units have shields, enemy damage increased by 39, 225%, all cops have tasers, you only have one life, for all pulls increased by 1,200%. It's a shit fest, yet fun for a few times, then you develop angry izzies. Well, that sounds interesting. Like that's the kind of I like those prefixes on there that affected not just racking up the numbers, but that affecting things like that. Same things would be like no shields. All mobs have disarming abilities. Or more mobs have knockdown. There's loads of things you could do.
But isn't that sort of on par with Steel Path? People have turned around. Like there was one of the AMA questions, which is like, when are you going to fix Steel Path? And it turned out that they just wanted more loot. Do you remember that? You read it out loud.
I do remember reading it out loud and them wanting more loot, but I can't remember what way they wanted more loot. Steel Path.
Well, I think they wanted it to feel like, more reward for the risk that's put in. But the whole point is that the risk is optional. So I kind of, but I mean, hell, we've even proposed a new looting method for, the Void Storms in this episode. We are for it. I just think that
yeah, no, it just needed more work. It needed something more. It needed some variety, and it needed to be more efficient. I'm sorry, it still needs to be more efficient. Think if that was the most efficient method, everyone would be like, let's go do more railjack. Let's do more railjack. And that would because people want to crack their relics. Everyone wants to crack more relics to either get ducats or to sell stuff, right? If that was more efficient than the basic method, but that's all the problems with Arcwing. I was just like, I don't like Arcwing. Why have I got to do Arcwing? But if Arcwing was the most efficient method of getting something, people would then associate the Arcwing with a more positive thing, and this would associate the railjack with a positive thing. Hey, I'm just getting loads of relics. Let's go play railjack! Yay!
And a large part of the problem is they can't keep scaling up the rewards. So if say Arcwing Void Storms get 2 relics cracked open, railjack Void Storms get 3 relics cracked open, Alliance Void Storms get 4 relics cracked up. If they keep on scaling up the rewards each time, it's like, where do you draw the bloody line? They'll have to constantly fight with putting in more and more rewards. So I can completely get behind, their attitude towards it. But I think
they've gone too far one way. I think that they're not in that. You've gone for the extreme of like, they can't give out too much because they're getting strained, then they have to get one up themselves, right? But we're not at that stage yet. We're at the other end stage where it's like, we've got this one method, we want to make this method more popular. Because let's be fair, they want people to play more railjack.
Yeah,
give them a reason to play more railjack.
Well, right. No, I mean, just to highlight, I don't think it's. I think that a lot of other communities, a lot of the part of the Warframe community wants the new thing to be more rewarding than the last thing, whereas we want a more balanced time for reward, right? Effort for reward.
I don't want 10 relics for doing the thing as it is now. I want to see more depth in the thing and a bit more time for efficiency. It's supposed to be better. It's not the best thing by miles, but it just needs to be a little bit better.
It should be an option. It should be a choice.
No, it should be better. But when I mean by better, it might just mean slightly better, not.
I meant as a comparison. Should we move on?
Well, no, because you. The reason why I'm stopping you. There's two reasons why I count. I didn't want to actually count you. I was going to let you do these, but I'm going to count you on 2 points of this. One, your thing about the endless rewards goes against something we always keep saying when they only put one reward on things. We both agree they should put more rewards, which is giving more things, but you just talked against that with your they'll be forever adding more with different alliance and blah 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 blah. Like, oh, they can't give people too much stuff, but yeah, they can.
Sorry, apologies. I meant you can't add in a new feature like the void storms and then go, yes, we've added in void storms, so we need to upscale the rewards exclusively for void storms, leaving the current systems in the dust. Have I just disconnected?
No.
Okay, cool. Right.
Not in the dust, but it kind of will leave it in dust because people always choose the more efficient method. No matter what you do.
Yes, but your point of the more you do the cracking of relics in normal missions, getting you more rewards, I'm still on board for that. But the whole point is, if one system gives you a cracked relic once every 3 minutes, and another system gives you a cracked relic once every 12 minutes, there's something fundamentally wrong.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
And also,
they need to be comparable.
They do need to be comparable. Yeah? The other point is, you said about an option, but
half an hour.
No, don't go too long because we got more points. But I wanted to come back on your other thing. You saying like, oh, it's got to be another option. You literally railed against somebody earlier who said,
"Can you pause?"
Oh,
pause.
Yeah, pause. We're on pause now. I can't remember what we're talking about. I think I was having a go at you or something about comparing to earlier, but meh, whatever. Just move on.
I've had a go. I've been goad at. There we go.
You've been goad at. What happened there? No. Right, who was Shintai? Well, that was sort of positive one on the PTS. Let's go to the negative one. Okay. I think right now, Warframe has reached a stage where for those of us who've been playing for the better part of 8 years, we've mostly exhausted the majority of content and potentially have grown tired of DE simply recycling the same content over and over with each new open world. Fortuna and later Deimos both felt like they added nothing new beyond a different skin on the same core gameplay loop that was created when Plains Island was released. Railjack's rework was a step in the right direction, but the problem is we still have a broken, disjointed series of content islands. The fact that DE have admitted that the engine cannot handle a Railjack mission on a ground mission operating in parallel is not viable with the current engine, which means it remains a hard transition between the two gameplay modes. Moreover, the comments you both made a number of months ago about reputation caps acts as a major discouragement for players to invest time into this content. Warframe still sits apart for me, as there is nothing else out there that has the same feel for it, but I've mostly reached a stage where I'm at the cusp of Master Rank 30 and finding it very hard to make the final push to acquire the last few items and cross that threshold. I've mainly been playing other games and always struck by how much more freedom Warframe offers in just moving and fighting, but right now, even with all that, there isn't a lot to do for veteran players other than grind out last few strands of repeated content.
I've got to be honest, I completely concur. I don't know how far into 29 I am. I just cannot be bothered to finish it. And I'm always drawn back to Warframe. That there is, like, Loz and I have been playing Outriders a lot. I don't know how many hours we've got into it. I'm gonna quickly check Steam. Steam says to me 27.7 hours, but that's going to include waiting around for people to turn up and things. So I imagine we've got like 25 hours in that easily. But like, we haven't got to the end game of it, and we were talking earlier about the whole, the loot's too high. You need to take longer to get the loot. It's so we haven't gotten to the literal end game.
It literally, it literally is end game for that. Because that's not getting expand. Well, it'll get full like proper game expansions rather than things. So it is an end game of that game. Yep.
So we haven't gotten to that point in Outriders, but games like Diablo 3. I wouldn't say Destiny. I don't think we ever got to the proper end game of Destiny, but Warframe has a charm to it that a lot of these other games just do not have.
Yeah. But at the same time, Warframe does feel it has lost the the thread, or it's not lost. It's lost focus. It's lost.
Yeah, it's
that drive.
I would say it's you've got the tapestry, and oh no, it's like the meme of the horse, right? Where one end of the horse is like really super detailed, right? But then the other end of the horse is like the equivalent of a stick man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, definitely. Right, moving on. Benjamin Smarridge. I love how we can see corpus cities on that planet. Something I would love to see is a relay type node on a corpus-owned world. Like at the top of a skyscraper with big windows to look out over city skybox. Seeing flying cars go by and such, and corpus civilians or floors below. That would be really cool. I'd love that.
What?
You know when you do the missions on the new corpus nodes, have you not looked at the planet? One of the planets has it's clearly got a big city on it.
Oh, I missed that entirely. Shit.
Oh, okay. Lastly, from Zrugal, yeah, I get that. I have very much enjoyed the power fancy, but it's almost gone too far for its. I assume it's for its own good. Yep. And did you look into the term endgame being a chess term? Yes, I did. Apparently, that's where it came from, and it's a very historic term. So obviously, people are like, oh, but it means video games now. It's like, no, it meant the end of the game in chess when there's only a few moves left. There you go, yeah. And so historically, I'll get the date because I'm going to do a video at some point about it. And yep, I will definitely include that to Google. So thank you very much. And whoever originally told us about it. Yep. That's it for the comments. Let us move on to memes.
I believe so. Right,
Meme.
So where are we? 7.
Ooh. Oh god, there were so many good memes this week. You can see when new content comes out and it inspires people because there's so many good memes. It's just so good.
Right.
I had to find it so hard. So meme number 1 is up. Oh no, not avoid fissures. Watch out, I'm detecting avoid fissures nearby. That's why I'm here.
Wow.
I have a prequel meme. I enjoyed it. Like, why is Loads telling you? It's like, yeah, that's what I came for.
Yep.
Moving on to meme number 2. Thank you, Keith Power. The 4 Horsemen of holy shit, this game has an awesome soundtrack. Not wrong.
I'll be honest, I don't remember To Take Its Pain Away.
You do if you hear it. It doesn't have any lyrics or anything. It's kind of a atmospheric where it's like a garden song, sort of like with somebody playing like a stringed instrument with a few plucks in it. It is you would listen to it and be like, oh yeah, that really was quite nice and moving. But it didn't like the others have a really bam hard hitting moment. It was kind of just played in background bits.
Yeah, I gotta say the thing that really, whenever I think the sacrifice in terms of music is that meme of I can never remember the name of the song. Yeah, exactly. It's like, the cowboy guy in the sky, lots of like westerns. Yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, that's what I really remember. Number 3.
Meme number 3.
What the fuck?
If I'm not first at extraction when playing Gauss, I have failed as a Gauss. When you beat a Gauss to extraction, signature look of superiority. There were so many memes this week about beating Gauss to extraction as well. There's music stuff, Railjack stuff, and then beat Gauss to extraction. A bit of a sad one. We've got meme number 4. How opening my friends list feels like. Hello, man. How's it going? They're at like 2,818 days is the highest. And it's like, pause. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it is. Loads of people try Warframe, but not everyone stays around, sadly. Right, meme number 5. Yes. The Riven Mafia want to know your location. Hard to swallow pills. The Riven disposition should depend on the weapon's DPS and not its popularity.
I weirdly enough, I don't agree with that.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, I feel that the popularity should because like you can't get accurate DPS. It's not like there's a DPS stat on the weapon. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
And I really enjoyed this meme. This is my favorite meme of the week.
Okay.
Void's Haunted. Ordis. Oh, hey, you guys are back early. Warframe. Void's haunted. What? Warframe. Loading an obstacle and getting back into Railjack. Void's haunted. I don't know why.
Shit.
It. Void's haunted.
What's the original of this?
I don't know.
I swear there's actually a picture meme of this.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, what's shit? I can't remember. I was like, yeah, you're back early. Something's haunted. What? It's like, yeah, gets a shotgun. Yeah, thing's haunted, and they're heading back out.
Right. Yeah, no, it is a thing, but I was like, yeah, Void's haunted. Like, oh.
Damn it, what's the original to this?
I don't know. If you know, let the description know, because Xeno will be kicking himself until he finds it. Right, however,
in the comments.
However, especially I actually realized I've decided to do something. I know Philip DeFranco does this, but because there's so many good memes, and I was thinking about doing double memes this week. And I went, no, I come up with a better idea. We're not having bonus meme. We're going to have I've got a change of name, maybe. I'm going to call it now the secret meme. Because another thing I don't do is I don't do video memes. I saw a funny video meme, and it will be in the description of this video. So you have to go to Reddit, the r/memeframe subreddit, to go see it. The link is in description. It is identified in the memes. Go do that. Go see the memeframe subreddit where all the funny memes are at. So it makes you go there. I want to feed people back to that amazing community producing all these good memes. So there's their 7th meme in the description, which I'm going to probably keep doing every week if Xeno's okay with that. And so go to the description and go see that 7th good meme. And I really enjoyed this. So even Xeno doesn't know what the secret meme is.
Yeah,
he'll have to go see it. No, he doesn't get to see it. I love this one. He can see it afterwards. But the secret meme.
I'm gonna have to go to the description below and click on the link.
That you are, and go to the r/memeframe subreddit to see the secret meme of the week. There you go.
Yeah, you know what? I can massively troll people and actually link them to my Patreon.
Maybe for April Fools you can do that, yeah. Right, anyway, that is my 6 memes. I really enjoyed them, and there were so many good ones. I love the Void's Haunted one. Right, let us move on. I don't know, maybe because I'm an Obstacle fan. Let us move on to the community shoutouts of the week. I've got to turn memes off first, haven't I? Memes off. Yeah. Next, shoutout number 1. There we go. What we got here?
Sevagoth, Sleeping in the Cold Below by Headshot.
So you got the title card, okay.
Yeah, so it's it's the title card. It's a really good video. It's really to the point, right? I remember watching he's come a really long way. He doesn't fumble over his words. He doesn't, to be honest, I can't remember him fumbling over his words. But he gets to the point.
He's really.
He doesn't stretch out the video to meet like the 15-minute requirement of YouTube for double ads or anything like that. So he gets to the point. He really highlights some great stuff. The only things he doesn't do is point out where you get the Sevagoth parts from, and I love to see this, is what other warframes with the Sevagoth Helminth ability is like, because the one that he gets, so the Helminth ability, or Helminthable ability, is his Gloom, which has the sort of like slow effect of Molecular Prime, and I think it has a life leech or something. I'm not entirely sure, because when I highlighted that to him, he kind of made it a bit confusing.
Right.
But it's just like, hold on, I could make Oberon like mega chunk survivable with that.
Right.
Okay. I need to get this. So
fair enough. Right. Shout out number 2.
Yep. So this is Tenno, the Bone Widow by Okoburi. Right. So this is like, out of all the Bone Widows, this one's a custom one. This one has like, if you go on to the actual link to the tweet, there's like one big image, which is what's on screen right now, and then there's the 3 individual parts. So talking about like the custom styling of Tenno, the jump jets, the weapons, the shield. It honestly, I thought this was kind of cool that there could be, pimp mime necromech.
I love the engines in the arms.
Yes. Yeah. So I think it's supposed to be like, rocket swing sort of, anyway.
Nice.
The third community shout out, The Void Consumes by Alloy, right? I
love
really like this part.
Oh yeah.
The way this one is sort of like blurred really indicates a power of, well, a level of action that's happening that I just thought this was brilliant. You know, the whole idea that, you know, Vala's getting pulled into the void, and
yeah, I think
you know,
that's Vala's story. Really, I thought it could have been. It was great, and it was like the bit about the void and everything. And obviously, her story's not finished yet. But I was just like, that moment was so cool, and obviously, we'll see more. And that captures the moment perfectly. I think the expression as well is really good.
Yep, does an excellent job. Fourth community shout out. This is actually a commissioned piece by Digital Extremes, and it's actually in game. It's one of the posters that you can use with the display things in the set. So this is Sevagoth Reaperform by Dasta Creations. So
nice. Look at that.
I'll be slapping that up my dojo. Don't you know? All right. The next one is Baruch Deluxe by a name I have no idea how to pronounce. Not even the handle on Twitter.
Oh,
yeah, it's Korean. So,
brilliant characters.
Well, that's the name, but the handle, like it's like all upper and lower case and things.
That's so
really
cool.
Have no idea how to pronounce it, but like I'd love to see this as a Baruch in game.
I can't. Yeah, I even got the Grax one. I tried to one like Baruch. I just don't like the model. I'm so picky, but that looks so cool. That looks so awesome. Yep, can't wait for that.
I'm not a fan of Oberon's crotch cape, which is why you never see me use Oberon in his sort of like default or Tenno skins. I always use the Fey Arc. I just don't like the crotch cape. I hate it. Let me take it off. Right, and then number 6.
Right, is it gonna work? There.
Yep, number 6. Right, so this is actually the second picture in the tooth, but this is the most poignant one. So this is Troublemaker keeps picking up stray murder machines by Oculus Tormentis. So again, go into the description, click on the thing to actually get the full joke. Loz just got it.
It's the alpaca meme smoothie joke. Like, what have you got there?
Yeah.
A smoothie, and they're standing behind. There's an alpaca behind them. Instead, it's like, what have you got there? A smoothie, and it's like behind them. So the neck.
It was an ostrich.
It was an ostrich. I can't remember. It was a giant animal.
The point is, like a giant fucking animal. Yeah. So, but it's like
cool.
I really like this one. It's a really, really good one. Cool. So that's it for the community shout outs. Now we're going to do the whole. Do you want to turn off the community shout outs?
I will.
And now we will do the quote.
Yes.
I wonder how quickly you'll get this.
Okay.
You don't have to be an acolyte. You are the most precise, most tactical, and most deadly person in the Origin system. And you are capable of amazing things because you are the Tenno. And so am I. And so is everyone. The legends are made up, but they're also true. It's about all of us. Right now, it's about you. And you still can change everything.
Not that Will Smith with his son.
Nope.
I know I've seen this. We see it in cinema.
Seen this.
A Marvel film.
Nope.
When was it made?
Oh shit! Let me get the date. IMDb. Sorry, I must have closed the tab. 2014.
What's the genre?
Action, adventure, comedy, animation.
Animation. Oh. Not How to Train the Dragon films?
No. I'm going to read it out again.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it out again. Right. You don't have to be an acolyte. You are more precise, more tactical, and the most... Sorry. Oh, God. Apologies. You are the most precise, most tactical, and most deadly person in the Origin system. And you are capable of amazing things because you are the Tenno. And so am I. And so is everyone. The legends are made up, but they're also true. It's about all of us. Right now, it's about you, and you still can change everything.
What Assassin's film is it?
Nope. You're gonna kick yourself so hard.
Yeah, I think I will. I'll give up.
The original.
No. Oh, well, can I have the original then? If it doesn't spoil it.
Oh, it'll pretty much give it away.
Read what you can. Get bits of it is too obvious.
Oh crap. Right. You don't have to be the bad guy. You are the most talented, most interesting, and most extraordinary person in the universe. And you are capable of anything. Sorry, of amazing things. Because you are the...
Wreck-It Ralph.
Nope. Because you are the special.
Oh. Bloody Lego.
Yeah, it's the Lego movie.
You don't have to be the bad guy.
Apparently, that was in the quote.
If that's right.
I honestly I don't know, but it's on IMDb.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You know.
No. Good. No. It was very good. Very good. Yeah. There you go. I can't remember that. Oh well. That's how it is. Anyway, let us round off this episode then.
Yep. And by popular demand, because there was so much anger and confusion to why service unavailable was removed from. Do you want to hit the outro?
Is it back?
Because why service was unavailable was removed from the patrons. By popular demand, it has been brought back. Not because the website's down.
No, not at all. Not at all. Service unavailable.
If you wish to join, service is unavailable in the Patreons. Go in the description to my Patreon. What?
I think cut out there. So go into the description
below where you'll find a link to my Patreon and my Ko-fi, and you can support the amazing edit productions of things like Arbiters. I'm hoping to get War Council on the way soon. It's such a time sink to get all that footage.
War Council?
And huh?
Oh, the WoW one. Oh
Yeah, the WoW one. Yeah. It's such a huge time sink. And then I need to email all the sorry, not email. Mail, like snail mail, a USB stick with all the footage to someone to upload. But yeah, so yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, joining in. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Why? Wave. They can't see me. Oh my god, I did it!
Wave is unavailable.